Semifinal action. Winning team tonight punching their ticket to Kroger Field. Corbin taking on the Franklin County Flyers. Winner, again, goes on to the state title game. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. We're counting you down to kickoff right now. 9 minutes till we tee it up here at Campbell Field. Last game on the grass here at Campbell Field. A complete renovation of this stadium. Next year is, of course, 100 years of Red Hound football. What better way to bring it in than victory number 14 and punch that ticket to Lexington,
That's
JT.
right. Couldn't be any better. That's right. And, again, we want to say hello again high top the T107 Red Hound radio booth. Hounds, of course, still perfect, like Ronnie just said, at 13-0, looking to go 14-0. And there couldn't be a bigger game to be played right here at a packed-out Campbell Field in front of Red Hound Nation. The last game ever on the grass right here at Campbell Field. But more importantly, of course, Hounds win this game tonight. They punch their golden ticket towards Kroger Field. And, the Hounds, of course, earlier in the season win a game against the Flyers. And but I think, as we look at the stats, we look at the pregame, both teams getting better as we move on through the season. So the Hounds have to be ready to go tonight. You don't want to overlook the Flyers. Look for the Hounds to start fast tonight in this football game.
Corbin, of course, on the road at Franklin County. It's going to be hard to replicate that game. You're not going to be able to take a lot away from it.
That's right.
Franklin County turned the football over at will. There were more turnovers than Hardee's up there at Franklin County that night. There were 3 interceptions, ran a trick play, got an interception on that. I think they lost a fumble, too, so it was like a bakery up there in Franklin County. And then down here in Corbin, of course, Corbin had their own offensive woes. Of course, they exploded in the second half, but if you recall, in that game, Corbin made it inside the 10-yard line 4 times and came away with 0 points. That is not a recipe to punch your ticket to Kroger Field tonight. So both teams, Corbin came out ahead. Of course, that's all fine and well, but of course, playing a team twice in one season going to be a tough task. I think we were talking off air. I don't think Franklin County opened up their whole playbook knowing that this matchup might occur down the line. So there's a lot of X factors in this game. Franklin County, of course, bringing in 2 of the most explosive players in Class 4A, Zach Claudio and Caden Mormon. Those are 2 guys that have feasted on this Red Hound defense in the past. So this is a tough matchup. This is a tough game, but they're all good at this point.
That's
right. The winner going to get the state championship game next week.
Yeah, I think so. And when you get to the Final Four, of course, the Hounds got the Johnson Central win last week, and then this week you move into that Final Four. And, you're exactly right. The Hounds got to dial in on those players. They got to be ready to go tonight. You never want to overlook, a football team, especially that you beat before. So, I look for the Hounds again, like I said a minute ago, to try to come out, start fast, get up on the Flyers, and play good, solid football. And, you mentioned the red zone. The Hounds have played great all season long in the red zone, of course, except for the Franklin County Flyers. The Hounds struggled a little bit in the red zone in that football game early in the season, but as we talked a minute ago, the Hounds moving through the season, and just getting better each and every week. And it's been a blast so far to see how good the Hounds have, gotten better as we move through this season. And, I think the Hounds, Coach Greer, coaching staff, going to have the Hounds ready to go tonight.
Very different team. Of course, you can't also put any stock in these 2 teams the way they played early in the season, because I think on a positional basis, they've moved around just about every player, kind of found their own identity. Caden Mormon was their leading rusher the last 3 years, committed to the University of Kentucky. He has moved out to slot, and then Gillian Galloway has moved into the leading rusher spot for this Franklin County Flyer program. So definitely a hard team to scout, hard team to look at on the cross. It's like playing a different team at least. It's
you're
exactly. Not doing rinse repeat kind of thing, but still it's a very, very tough draw. As any team is at Louisville Central, Bull County, all of them would have been tough matchups tonight. This one, no different here at Campbell Field.
Yeah, I think so. And like a guy told me a long time ago, pretty soon, the closer you get towards that golden egg, that golden prize, pretty soon you're going to have to play somebody pretty good. And the Hounds, and the Hounds have drawn the Franklin County Flyers right here. And you mentioned the weapons of Caden Mormon, Gilead Galloway, Zach Claudio. All 3 have been doing a great job all season long. So you're right, Ronnie. Hard to scout this football team, but Coach Greer, best in the business, one of the best defensive coaches in the state of Kentucky. So I know Coach Greer will have the Red Hounds ready to go tonight.
Captains are in midfield right now. We're still 5 minutes till we kick it off, and these teams have squared off a couple of times in the I think this is actually the 4th meeting in the last 2 years.
I think so.
Corbin holding that advantage in a large way right now. No, excuse me, I think it's maybe 5 in the last 3.
Yes.
Didn't play them twice last year, of course.
Yes.
But Corbin holding a big advantage in the win department. They've put it on Franklin County several times. The big advantage, of course, it's Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Corbin has been right at home, didn't have to travel anywhere, didn't have to get on a bus, didn't have to interrupt any activities. That's a big deal in the fourth round of the playoffs, especially with high school kids. I mean, they're not trained athletes. They're not pro athletes. Disruptions in schedules do matter.
That's right.
So playing at home, really always a huge advantage. Packed crowd capacity here at Campbell Field tonight. It's because we have a huge listening audience, as it is bitter cold as well outside. So right now we'll get you the coin toss results as we have them. I was looking at this matchup earlier in the season on the stat sheet. Cade Elam was 168 yards passing through the air, 259 on the ground for Corbin in that contest. They rolled them up in big chunks, too. That's only a 35
chunk
attempts,
plays.
but 5 touchdowns on the ground. And then Cade Elam was 14 of 20 that night. Not so much on the opposing sideline where he had a nightmare of an evening. It was like 9 of 23 for 130 yards and 4 picks. That's a rough night at the office.
That's right.
That's a Nathan Peterman type of night at the office.
That's right.
If you will. But did have some success on the ground. I think the X factor tonight, one of them is if Mormon gets in space, he can be a very big problem for a lot of defenses. And we've talked about it on air before. If they would do a better job getting him the ball in space, it's caused Corbin lots of problems. So I think that's something to look for. I think the game at Campbell Field 3 years ago had maybe held to like 19 yards rushing and 150 yards receiving.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of the most explosive receivers they're going to see all season long. And this is a really good 8-5 football team.
Well, it is, and to me, you look at the Franklin County Flyers. They played good this season. The Hounds need to settle in. Of course, Coach Greer, like we just said, one of the best defensive coaches, in all of the state of Kentucky. But you got to zero in on the weapons of Franklin County. Again, we got to find, Galed Callaway. You got to find Zach Claudio. You got to find Caden Mormon, and shut those guys down. And put the Franklin County Flyers, kind of make them play one-dimensional, force them to throw the football. Defensive line, that's where it comes into play to me, Ronnie, tonight. Defensive line has played sideline to sideline all season long. Make big plays on defense and force the Franklin County Flyers to play just the throwing game, and force the Franklin County Flyers to throw the football.
Definitely going to have to happen. Teams at midfield right now retreating back to their respective end zones before they take battle here at Campbell Field. A minute and a half till we tee it off here. JB, give us keys to victory night for the Hounds to come away with victory number 14 and punch that ticket to the state title.
All right, JB, keys to the game. Number 1, Hounds offensively. We've talked about it. Start fast, stretch the field, play with the lead, force the Flyers of Franklin County to throw the football. Number 2, Hounds have to win the turnover battle. The Hounds defense has forced 29 turnovers on the season. Defense create turnovers, and offense protect the football. Big games come down to the turnover battle. And then number 3, play physical football. Coach Greer loves physical football. Red Hounds always win up front in the trenches. Hounds need to win those one-on-one battles up front, create those running and passing lanes for the Hounds offense. And then number 4, Hounds right where you want to be when this season started. Big players make big plays. Great teams win big games. This team right here, this Red Hound team right here, is a great football team. So Hounds right here on Friday night, go punch your golden ticket to Kroger Field.
There you have it, keys to victory. Teams are on the field right now awaiting kickoff. Corbin won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so that, of course, kicks the decision over to Franklin County, who's elected to receive the football. Back deep to receive for Franklin County, number 1, Caden Mormon, number 2, Gilead Galloway, 2 leading rushers and offensive producers for the Flyers. Jacob Baker on to kick it off for the Hounds. Ball's teed up, waiting for the official whistle to blow this one into play, and here we go. Round 4 playoff action underway. Jacob Baker will approach, put the toe to it, high end-over-end kick, going to be fielded in play right around the 5-yard line by Galloway, up to the 10. Up to the 20, lots of running room. Tackled down from behind, though. Good open field tackle down at the 30. It's like Dawson Coffey and special teams there.
Yeah, I think so. Jacob Baker, we see Jacob Baker flip field for the Hounds all season long in the kicking game. And right there, the receiver for the Flyers picks up the football. And then, like you just said, Dawson Coffey comes in and closes the door right there.
Franklin County going to start the game. 5 wide receivers on the field. Operating out of the shotgun. Hard count. Now they'll adjust back to a regular offensive set. 3 wide receivers, now a wing and a running back. Handoff going to go in the teeth of the defense. No running room there. He gets stood up and hammered at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job right there up front. Looked like number 56, Troy Faulkner, and the Hounds tackling leader, number 37, Zane Hammock, in on the hit. And just the way the Hounds want to start this football game defensively, controlling the line of scrimmage with that big front four.
Corbin did a great job winning that line of scrimmage battle in the first meeting of these two football teams. Brings up 2nd and 10. Tight bunch formation to the right, brings the receiver in motion to balance. Now he'll reverse and hand off back towards the home sideline. Trying to find some running room. Wow. There's none there. Might have found a yard amidst that sea of red. Now 3rd and long for Franklin County.
Anthony Myers coming in there, kind of leading the charge right there. And again, when you've got a front four, as we've said all season, big Troy Faulkner, Israel Summers up there up front, and Anthony Myers playing sideline to sideline, you're going to find plays, in the running game. And right there, Anthony Myers does a great job.
Brings up 3rd and long. Emmanuel Smith in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Sets to throw, quick fire, caught in and out of his hands and dropped, trying to find Galloway on the comeback route. Baker there doing a good job in coverage, 3 and out for Franklin County. Corbin going to get the football back early.
Yeah, really good job by the Hounds again. Catch a little bit of a break right there. The Flyers leading receiver, we talked about him earlier. Gled Galloway comes up, and just kind of, the ball comes loose. So really, really big break for the Hounds, creates this 4th down. But again, you get the stop on 1st down, you get the stop on 2nd down, force the Flyers to have to throw the football.
Franklin County in punt formation. Stewart back deep to receive. Hall's in the snap. High end over end kick. Going to land around the Corbin 35, take a Franklin County roll. Going to come to rest at the Corbin 25-yard line. Stewart did well not to haul that one in. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jerseys around that football. Might have been punished for his sins for hauling that one in.
Yeah, I think so. And you look at Carter Stewart, coming to this football game, Hounds leading receiver, but also a senior. And when you have a senior on the field, as the Hounds have a lot of seniors this year, they always usually make great decisions. So a great decision right there by number 15, Carter Stewart.
Elam and Company opening up on the shotgun on their own 25-yard line. Tight bunch set to his left, 1 lone wide out to his right. Brings Wells in motion, hands the ball off. Actually, it's a fake, keeps it up the gut. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. Might have got a yard or so on the QB zone play.
Yeah, not much inside right there. Using that jet motion around the right side to Brody Wells, and then quarterback Cade Elam keeping it up between the tackles. Cade Elam had a really big game against the Flyers in their first meeting in September running the football. So, of course, Hound's going to test the waters right there up front of the Flyers defense.
Officials will give him a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. Twin wideouts each way. Elam has Combe offset to his right. Combs will get the handoff up the middle. Big hole. Got the 1st down and more. Lowers the shoulder at the 40. Fights down to the 45-yard line. Gain of 20. Inside handoff by Combs. Boy, Mr. Playoff. He has erupted on the ground so far in postseason.
Yeah, just done a great job. And again, Cade Elam gets in that ace formation with Cam Combs there running the football. And of course, we saw Cam Combs go over 1,000 yards a week ago. So great job, great start by the Hounds.
Hounds to the line quickly. Elam has a running back flanking him on either side. That's Combs and Wells. Twin wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff going to go to Combs across the left side. He'll fight forward. Second effort will give him 3 yards. Guy got hit around the line of scrimmage, but he's going to give a 3 or 4 yard gain. Now 2nd and 6 for Corbin.
Yeah, another good run in there between the tackles. Again, behind left tackle number 74, Franklin West. Those are those runs there that pay off late in the football game. In that third quarter.
Especially in the cold.
Yes, in that 4th quarter when you just pound the rock. Another good decision by Coach Elam and the offensive coordinator.
Tight bunch right. Screen pass hauled in by Stewart at the midfield stripe. Picks up a block at the 45.
There he goes.
At the 40. Green grass in front of him. 1 man to beat. He's getting wrestled down from behind. Almost made it in the end zone. Going to be tackled from behind at the 8-yard line. Big gain on the screen play. And, boy, kind of seen that one before. I think you'd maybe scout that one out a little quicker. I think Corbin's to the line quickly, too.
Oh, yeah, moving quick right here.
Corbin to the line in a hurry. 1st and goal at the 8th. They'll snap it. Get off to Combs up the middle. He'll submarine into that line. gain of about 2 or 3 on the inside zone play.
Yeah, just another tough run up inside between the tackles. You know, the previous play, you get the ball out to the right with leading receiver Carter Stewart, gets good blocking by the wide receivers and, gets north and south in a hurry. So Hounds really right here looking to, like we said in the pregame, get the lead, get that lead, hurry really quick, get the lead, and, catch the Flyers, kind of behind the 8 ball, if you will.
Wildcat formation comes in the gun. Sends Curry in motion from left to right. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself across the right side. Big hole. Barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown!
Wow. Great run inside, good blocking. Again, that fake jet motion around the right side, and then you use that big, those battles up front. In the trenches, the Hounds have won all season long. You use that big red wall to get those points on the board and, get that tough run. So great start for the Hounds, getting that 3-and-out start, getting great field position on offense, then taking advantage of the Flyers and putting a touchdown on the board.
Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up and away. Sneaks into that left upright, and it's good. 8:05 remaining in the first quarter play. Hounds on top 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. It's called Forward Pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at $19.99 a month and includes unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabytes of data, $29.99 per month. 6 gigabytes, $39.99 per month. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus. Just $89.99 per month with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features of postpaid service without the long-term commitment. It's Forward Pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data plus, slows to 1 megabyte per second. Past 50 gigabytes of use.
8:05 remaining in the first quarter of play. Hounds up quick, 7-0 lead over the Franklin County Flyers. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Team's on the field in a hurry. Baker has the ball teed up at his own 40-yard line on the right hash. He'll approach, put the toe to it, low line drive kick, hits, takes a wild roll, finally fielded at the Franklin County 10, up to the 20, up to the 30. Lots of room down the right side at the 40, at the 50. Flag comes in at the midfield stripe. This one's coming back for holding. Gilead Galloway going to take it in for the touchdown. This one's returning, though. I saw the hold from here. Good acting job by Baker out in space. You see him flail the arms up in the air.
Yeah, just trying
WWE style.
Yeah, just trying to sell it right there. So good job by Jacob Baker selling the hold. And fortunately for the Hounds, this big return is coming back. But, again, just speaks to the weapons that the Franklin County Flyers have out there. Galloway can take it the distance anytime, any place, anywhere. So, again, Hounds catch the holding call right here, get to reset and play defense.
Speaks to reason. Maybe kicking that ball out of kicking that ball out of the end zone, the touchback, may be the more prudent choice at this point.
Yeah.
I know the football gets extremely cold and it feels like a brick. That's what my friends who have kicked said.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think maybe the longer you leave it, like you said, into the space with these athletes, it's going to be a long night for the Hounds. Emmanuel Smith back in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers, 1st and 10 on his own 38-yard line. Now he'll reset the formation. Twin wideouts to his left, one to his right. Running back flanking him on either side. That's Mormon and Galloway. Mormon going to get the call. Jump cut. Gets a few yards. He's going to be driven back into the ground. Might have got about, I think, a gain of 4. Jacob Baker coming off the pile excited.
Good job right there. Like you just said, Jacob Baker coming up making the hit, and then Israel Summers, who's had just an awesome season at that left defensive end spot, coming up making the hit as well.
Stack trips to the right. Screen into those trips. Play's going to be blown dead there. I don't think they got set.
Yeah, I think so. Just moving real quick, trying to catch the Hounds, looking around a little bit, but going to cost the Flyers probably 5 right here.
Dead ball false start against Franklin County, going to eviscerate that 4-yard gain. Now makes it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, again, and, just part of the Flyers, strategy, if you will, wanting to move the ball quick, not let the Hounds front 4 and the linebackers get set. Of course, Hounds done a great job defensively all season long, so you want to kind of catch the Hounds sleeping a little bit and run a quick play. But, again, cost the Flyers 5 yards.
4 wide receivers all split out to the right, 1 to the left, empty backfield. Smith back to throw. Screen play, hauled in and caught in the flat. shoestring tackle from behind makes it up to right around the first down marker. I think Galloway may have got the first down there.
Yeah, going to be close right here according to the spot. But, again, Mikey Neal coming in there, putting that instant pressure. Anytime the Hounds see the little screen out to the left or out to the right, they're going to attack it. And, got some good blocking. The Flyers got some good blocking. But, Mikey Neal able to make the tackle and bring the Flyers up just a little bit short.
5 wide receivers all split to the right. Got to think this is a screenplay now. He'll tuck up under center. Power I formation, or wishbone, in the backfield. Power play. It's across the left side. Got the first down and a little bit more. Surges ahead to the Corbin 48-yard line. Gain of about 4. There's Mormon on the carry for the Flyers.
Again, Mikey Neal coming in on the hit right there. But, we've seen a lot of teams do this all season long. Sit in one formation, motion into another formation, trying to get, that little bit of an edge, that extra blocker on one side or the other, as we saw the Flyers do right there.
Smith under center. Flyers remain in the wishbone. Power play across the left side.
Boy,
he got hammered. Mikey Neal came up and met him in the hole. He picked up 3 yards on the carry, but he earned every inch of those 3 yards.
Every inch right there,
wow.
Yeah. Just a great job. Again, that Hounds front four kind of clearing the way, taking up blockers in there, and letting those linebackers for the Hounds come in there and make the shot. And we saw Mikey Neal make the big hit right there.
Flyers going to remain in the wishbone. No tight end. Wide receiver split out each way. Toss sweep going to Galloway across the right side. Another big shot. Picks up a gain of 3, but they're getting hit. And
yes.
Like the game up in Frankfort, they moved the ball well, but when they started getting hit, they kind of started to lay down late in the game.
Exactly, and that's what you want to do. Of course, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. The Hounds want to be physical, in offense, defense, special teams, and you lay those hits on a team in that first quarter, that second quarter, and it starts to take a toll. And, I'm sure that's what's going to happen right here.
I formation for Franklin County on 3rd and 4. Fullback dive, up the gut, breaks a couple tackles, still fights forward on second effort. Ball's on the ground. I think they're going to call him down by contact, though. Very close to the first down, and they're going to go ahead and give it to him. First down, gain of 4 on that fullback dive.
I think Peyton Jordan in on the hit right there, and Israel Summers comes up with that loose football, but like I said, runner was down. So, again, the Flyers right here trying to pound the football with that running game against the Hounds defense.
Wishbone formation, twin wideouts to the left. That's usually a toss sweep. Going to be a power across the left side. Quickly cuts out to the sideline. Mormon still on his feet. Finally makes it down to the 31-yard line. Picks up about 6 on the carry off left tackle.
Yeah, we saw Zane Hammock in on the hit right there. Xander Curry coming up with his free safety spot to make a hit as well. And, Xander Curry had a great football game last week against Johnson Central Golden Eagles, so you may see Xander Curry try to get involved in the running game.
Flip the formation, met the Twins to the right. They remain in the wishbone. Power play across the right side. Galloway dragging defenders with him down to the 26-yard line.
Look like Peyton Jordan, Jace Hatfield in on the hit right there again.
First down.
And again, moving the chain. So this is exactly what the Franklin County Flyers want to do. They want to, take up the clock and run the football. Hound's going to maybe have to bring, a backer blitz, a run blitz, something to get the Flyers stopped.
I formation, tied in to the right. Smith under center. Handoff goes on the ISO play up the middle. Breaks the first tackle, drags defenders with him down to the 19-yard line. Another gain of 5. They're 5 yards
Yes.
at a time down the field. That's a good way to wear a defense down.
Well, it is, and right there, Mikey Neal coming and making the hit. But just like you said, Ronnie, he makes the hit almost at the line of scrimmage, but then the running back for the Flyers carries Mikey Neal for those 3 or 4 yards. So, again, you got to meet the running back at the line of scrimmage.
I formation flips the tight end to the left. Smith under center. ISO play up the middle. Slips a tackle. Now he's got lots of room. Finally wrestled down from behind down to the Corbin 2-yard line. Franklin County moving the ball at will on the ground right now.
Yeah, Jeremiah Gilbert coming in there and saving the day. Almost a touchdown run right there. But again, nothing fancy by the Flyers. They're going to line up at the line of scrimmage. They're going to run downhill. So Hound's going to have to figure a way out right here to stop the run.
Wishbone set. Twin wide out, split out to the left. Power play across the left side. Mormon puts his foot in the dirt, fighting for the end zone. He's short by a nose of the football.
Yeah, right there, towards the goal line. Looks like Jacob Baker getting off the bottom of the pile. Xander Curry in there. 2 or 3 Red Hounds, but again, the ball resting right almost at the goal line. So Hounds need a big stop right here.
Same formation on 2nd and goal. Smith under center. Power play to the right side. Mormon hurdles a defender. He's into the end zone. It's Galloway, for the touchdown.
Tough break again. The Flyers do exactly what they've done all season long. Get it to Galloway, get it to Mormon, get it to your weapons and just, move down the field 3 and 4 and 5 yards at a crack right here. So, again, the Hounds know what the Flyers are going to do. Flyers are going to do, but you just got to line up. You got to stop it.
Franklin County lined up for the extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up through the uprights and good. 2:42 left in the first quarter of play. 7-7 your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
That's a 15-yard penalty for not eating at Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. You can go deep with Bubby's all-you-can-eat buffet with all your favorites for one low price. That's right, all-you-can-eat, not just one measly old plate. And there's never a personal foul on the fine staff at Bubby's Barbecue. They're friendly and fast and will always treat you like you're a part of the Bubby's family. You'll always score big and win the game when it comes to choosing Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. Phone 258-9070 for Bubby's Barbecue of Corbin.
2:42 remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin 7, Franklin County 7. Your score. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And boy, the physical football game on hand tonight, JB.
Oh, yeah. Just, you got to bring an extra chin strap in this football game. Hounds need one. Flyers need one. A lot of hitting going on out there. So, look again for the Hounds to really be aggressive right here offensively and respond after that, Franklin County Flyer touchdown.
Kickoff in the air, end over end kick. Going to be fielded by Curry at his own 2. Up to the 10, up to the 20. Got some running room at the 25. Good open field tackle there up to the 32-yard line. Good return by Curry, though.
Yeah, and we've seen that all season long. Xander Curry, of course, has done a great job returning the football and special teams for the Hounds to kind of, again, set up, the Hounds offense in good field position. We've actually seen Xander Curry take a couple to the house as well. So great return right there by Xander Curry.
Elam and Company going to open up shop on their own 32-yard line. Twin wideouts all in tight. Handoff going to go to Combs. Huge hole across the 40. Up to the 50. Down to the 40 of Franklin County before he's rushed out of bounds. Big gain by Combs there, 30 yards on the handoff. Corbin, again, also moving the ball really well on the ground tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And when you can run behind number 74 and number 67, Eli Bolton and Franklin West around that left side, the Hounds have had great success running to the left especially. So, the Hounds' ground game has been great all season long, but has been especially good right there around that left side.
Result of the play, first down. Corbin already in Franklin County territory. Have it punch you down to the Flyer 39-yard line. We'll have it 1st and 10. Same offensive formation, twin wideouts, but they're both stacked in tight like a Snugs formation. Brings Wells in motion. Hands off to him. Now actually keep it up the middle. Big hole up to the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of about 6 on the inside handoff.
Yeah, and a good job again by Coach Elam, offense coordinator, just letting Cade Elam, use that jet motion, fake to Brody Wells, and letting him get up in there behind that big red wall. We saw Cade Elam have a big game against the Flyers on the ground, 11 carries, 87 yards, and a couple touchdowns running the football the last time these two teams met. So good call again by Coach Elam.
Trips formation to the right. Curry checked in at running back. Flyers show blitz. Handoff goes to Curry. Cuts upfield, got a hole. Still grinding Flyers with him. Picks up about 6 yards on the carry. That's more than enough for the first down.
Yeah, just another tough run in there by Xander Curry around that left side. And, we've talked about it already, just big hits, being physical football up front by both football teams. But to me, Ronnie, I think, if you're, throwing those punches left, throwing those punches right, you get to that 3rd and 4th quarter, the Hounds are going to win this football game.
1st and 10 at the Franklin County 27. Bunch set to the right. They'll reset Curry from left to right at running back. Play action, set to throw. Wide open receiver, got Petrosky in the back
is.
corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
Great pitch and catch.
Yeah, just a great job right there, and that's what that run sets up. You know, you use that play action, you get those big chunks in the running game all the way down the field. You use that play action to get good protection behind the offensive line, and then Cade Elam throws a dart to the right corner of the end zone. You know, just a great play right there. Great call by the Hounds right there on offense.
27-yard touchdown pass. Elam to Petrosky. Corbin looking really explosive offensively tonight. Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up and through the uprights. 1:18 left in your first quarter of play. Corbin on top, 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
1:18 remaining in your first quarter of play. Corbin on top, 14-7 over Franklin County. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Fourth round of the playoffs. Winner goes to Kroger Field to play for a state title. Corbin offense cooking tonight.
Yeah, it's just playing on, firing on all cylinders. Great throw right there and catch. Cade Elam, Eli Petrosky.
Baker puts the toe to it. This one's going to sail out of the back of the end zone. That might be the right call going forward.
Well,
Franklin County almost took one to the house last drive.
Exactly, and you said it right there, before the last return right there. The way you fix that is you get a touchback, and of course Jacob Baker, one of the best players, in the state of Kentucky, definitely sets the tone right there with that touchback, setting up the Hounds defense for success.
Franklin County to the line. Had a lot of success last drive on the ground. Marched it the length of the field. Just using the rushing attack. Now having a little trouble lining up. We'll open up in the I formation. Smith under center. Toss sweep to the left. Mormon looking for running room. Not going to find any. Going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, good job right there. Jacob Baker coming up, kind of providing that initial pressure from his outside linebacker spot. And then again, we've talked about it all season long. The front four defensive line of the Hounds played, sideline to sideline. Troy Faulkner making a play at D tackle out around the numbers, for the Hounds. So great job, great hustle by the Hounds.
Franklin County going to go back in the shotgun now. Timeout on the field. Looks like Baker's shaking up right now. They're tending to him. They're going to tell him he must leave the field to play just for a down. Not sure what the issue is there. He dropped down to a knee.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just looked like he come up and made a play right there, but maybe got a little bit hit a little bit harder than we first thought. So Jacob Baker going to come to the sideline, like I said, Ronnie, and just kind of try to reset right here.
Lawson checks in at outside linebacker instead of Baker. Trips formation for the Flyers. All split out left. One wide receiver. That's Mormon to the backside to the right. Smith in the shotgun. Back to throw. Loads up, fires. Trying to find Mormon down the left side. Grossly overthrown and incomplete. That one had some hang time to it.
Yeah, just trying to, throw it up to the heavens, if you will, and let Mormon run underneath the football. But exactly, like we said a minute ago, exactly where you want to have the Flyers at right there. Shut down that run game, make the Flyers one-dimensional, and force the Flyers to have to throw the football. So big play right there by the Hounds defense. And just looking out on the field, looks like Jacob Baker right back in on the action.
Flyers in the shotgun. Bunch set to the right. Now brings the receiver. Resets him back to the original position. Draw play. Handoff going across the left side. Big running room. Tripped up from behind. Good tackle in space. Knocks him down at the 30-yard line. That's enough for the Franklin County first down.
Yeah, Zane Hammock making a hit right there, but a little bit of a kind of a misdirection type play for the Flyers. Yeah, and a little bit of RPO type action. And you kind of, have to play assignment football, but the Hounds come up right there and, get the runner down. But, again, first down for the Flyers right here.
Franklin County going to be content to let this one go into the period. We're going to do that as well. At the end of the first quarter, Corbin on top of Franklin County, 14-7 your score. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Have you been in a car accident? Whiplash is a common injury and very painful, leading to years of health problems. Discover a chiropractor that uses digital x-rays and will not twist your neck. Call and make your appointment with me, Dr. Deidre Pennington, and experience the difference at Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. Phone 606-261-2053.
If you're having problems, trust our Grammy. We do!
At the start of the second quarter, Corbin on top of Franklin County, 14-7 your score. Franklin has it 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line, up to the line in a hurry. Shotgun set, toss sweep goes to Galloway across the right side, cuts upfield, takes a shot. Not before he gains about 4 or 5 yards, make it a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it looked like Xander Curry coming up on the hit, number 52. Looked like Peyton Jordan, Israel Summers, 3 or 4 Hounds in on that play. And, if early in the football game to me, and you talked about it a minute ago, Ronnie, they get those 3 and 4 yard runs. Those are positive runs for the Flyers. But when you get there, the Hounds D needs to make them pay the price for it.
Smith in the gun, running back flanking him on either side. Quick throw, hauled in and caught at the 40. Tackled from behind over at the 44-yard line. It's enough for a first down, Franklin County. First reception of the game.
It looked like Jeremiah Gilbert, Brody Wells in on the hit, but again, just want to be physical with those hits, those tackles, and every time you run the football, you want to make the Flyers feel it. And so far in this football game, the Hounds are doing just that. So look for that physical play to pay off late in this football game.
Flyers up to the line, wishbone set. Corbin walks another man into the box, power play, trying to find some running room across the left side. Second effort will spur him forward for a gain of 5. Let's talk about Mormon had not gotten a lot of carries in the playoffs. They're definitely intent on letting him work tonight.
Yeah, letting him run the football up in there. Anthony Myers, Xander Curry making the hit, but again, the Flyers, the top of football team, they're going to line up in that, that power formation and say, you know what, stop us if you can, Hounds defense. And the Hounds really need to, and punish those runners when they run up in there between the tackles.
Smith back in the shotgun, trip set to his right. They're going to move that to a bunch, all close to the lineman on the right side. Now brings the receiver in motion from left to right, sends him back to the original trips. Roll out to the right, falls on the flat, one-handed catch at the midfield stripe. Good tackle in the open field up to the 46-yard line. Should be enough for another Franklin County first down, depending on the spot, and it is.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to move the chains again. Joe Lester coming up, making a hit at his left corner spot. But, using formations to kind of create the play you want to create, to get the receiver kind of in that one-on-one coverage, that zone coverage, just a real quick throw out of the backfield by the quarterback. So good play design right there by the Franklin County Flyers.
Wishbone set at the Corbin 45-yard line. Fullback dive up the middle. Big man hurdling the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard or so. I think that last play, it's out of the old Clemson playbook.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson. Two
right.
wide receivers come in block. One goes out to the flat. He was wide open.
Exactly.
That was an incredible catch. That was one-handed behind the body.
Yeah, just a little one-handed grab out there. But, again, we saw the fullback dive by the Flyers right there. You got to run it up in there. You got to test the waters a little bit. And, again, the Flyers right here, stop us if you can in the run game.
Twin wide receivers to the right. Wishbone set for Franklin County. Power play across the right side. Galloway got some steam, powers ahead for a gain of about 6. there on the ground. Franklin County doing a much better job moving the football than they did in the first meeting.
Well, I think so, and, I think a better play selection, too. You mentioned that earlier, throwing the football around, lining up the Flyers and doing what they do, run the football. And so the Hounds, again, going to have to be strong up front. Linebackers going to have to, know your assignments, fill up those gaps, and stop the run.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Franklin County moved the twin wide receivers to the left side, ball on the right hash. Smith under center, wishbone set behind him. Power play across the left side, given to Mormon, trying to find some running room. Not a lot there. Might have fought forward up to about the 35-yard line. Depending on the spot here, I think he may be short by about half a yard.
Yeah, going to look to the official to set the football down, but may get going to move him.
Give it to him.
Yeah, going to move the chains. Zane Hammett coming in there, making a good hit, but, Flyers, again, going to move the football, going to move the chains right here.
If it's a first, it's by a nose.
Yes.
Nonetheless, first down the call on the field. Franklin County, once they passed the 50, go into this wishbone set, had a lot of luck between this and the I formation. 2 good running backs behind Smith. Under center, Hounds walk safeties into the box. It's a pass. Little fade route across the left side, halted and caught. Gain of about 10. Should be enough for another Franklin County first down.
Yeah, Carter Stewart coming up to make the play at his right corner spot, but just one of those plays where you want to keep the defense honest. You want to throw, a pass out there to the right, a pass out there to the left, whatever you want to do. But, again, the base offense for the Franklin County Flyers is run the football. So, again, Hounds definitely going to have to try to line up and stop this run.
Result of the play is a first down. Official timeout on the field, resetting the play clock. Gotcha. Franklin County going to remain in the wishbone set. Twin wideouts, 1 to each side. Toss sweep to the left side. Might have got about 3 or 4 on the carry there.
Zane Hammock in on the hit right there. And this is more of a, the type of football game that we expected. The Franklin County Flyers coming out here trying to eat up a lot of clock, control time of possession, and then, slowly move the ball down the field. And right now, the Flyers doing exactly that right here, in this second quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 6. Straight T behind Smith, back to pass. Throws up a fade, back corner of the end zone, could not locate the football. Falls to the turf, incomplete. Boy, that had touchdown written all over it. He lost it in the lights.
Yeah, just, Emmanuel Smith doing, just kind of one of those throws, those token throws, and throwing it up there, putting a lot of air under the football, and, trying to let number 10, Amari Mays Clark, run under the ball. So we saw him catch, a ball one-handed earlier in this football game. So Amari Clark can definitely catch the football.
Moves both wide receivers to the right. Wishbone set. Handoff goes across the right side. Bottled up at the line of scrimmage. No running room there. Now 4th and about 7. Tough sledding here for a team that's not throwing the ball too prolifically.
Yeah, exactly, and a good job again. Troy Faulkner, Mikey Neal coming in on the hit right there, but creates this 4th down. So, again, Hounds, do a good job, and that's what can cost you right there. You throw the football on that 2nd down, and you don't get anything for it, so you got to come back on 3rd down and try to move the chain. So Franklin County Flyers, kind of paying the price a little bit for trying to throw the football on that 2nd down play.
So it's up 4th and 6. Franklin County going to go for it. Trips to the left. Smith in the shotgun, back to throw. 4-man rush, lots of time. Floats it out to the end zone, hauled and caught by Caden Mormon in double coverage for the touchdown.
Yeah, wow, just a tough break for the Hounds. Joe Lester out there, Jacob Baker in coverage, and, almost had the runner Mormon, the receiver Mormon kind of bracketed, but he just runs through that double coverage and catches, the ball in a post pattern. So, really good job again on 4th down by the Franklin County Flyers to stay alive and complete a pass. And, unfortunately for the Hounds, put points on the board.
Easton Powell on for the extra point try. Snap is handled, kick is up and away, splits the uprights and good. Tied at 14. 6:34 remaining in your first half of play. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like, maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
.634 remaining in your first half of play. Tied at 14 here at Campbell Field. Got a battle going on between the Red Hounds and the Flyers. Winner going to move on to the state championship game. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Right now it's back and forth.
Yes.
Both offenses on fire.
Yes.
6:34 remaining, though. Corbin would not be surprised to see them maybe slow down just a hair right now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Hounds get the ball at halftime, so you want to maybe get that 2-for-1 possession.
Yes.
You know, you get a score right here, and then you get the ball and get another score. So it could really work out right here for the Hounds.
Kickoff, low line drive. Going to bite the dirt. Finally fielded by Curry at the 5. Up to the 20. Up to the 30. Up to the 35. Fighting just south of the 40-yard line down to the 38. Good and get another good return by Curry.
Yeah, just another good job right there, Xander Curry. You know, we saw him all season long just really get the Hounds offense in great field position, you know, with those great returns. And it also speaks to the special teams unit, you know, up there, blocking really good in the return game. So great start right here, great field position for the Hounds offense.
Corbin to open up in the shotgun. Elam has trips to his right, one to his left. Play action, fires the screen, going to be hauled in by Stewart. I think that one hit the turf, and it did, incomplete. Had to gather that one out of the dirt. Officials wouldn't let him get started before he took off there.
Yeah, almost, you know, you wonder if you need to throw the challenge flag on that one. But you know, a tough break right there for the Hounds. Ball skipped a little bit, and Carter Stewart looking to get north and south in a hurry, but unfortunately going to reset right here.
Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. As Corbin starting on their own 39-yard line. Good field position, 6:23 remaining in your first half of play. Twin wideouts each way for Elam as he operates out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Combs into the teeth of the defense. Across the 40 up to the 43. Picks up about 4 on the inside handoff. Now a manageable 3rd and 6 for the Corbin offense.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you get the incompletion on first down, and then so second down you reset. You kind of try to get half of those yards, like you just said, Ron, to make a 3rd and manageable. So Hounds do just that right here to kind of get things lined up on 3rd down.
3rd and 6. Same set for Elam. Flyers in the neutral zone. Going to be 5 free ones for the Hounds.
Yeah, and we've seen that all season long as well. The Hounds, Cade Elam, quarterback for the Hounds, of course, has done a great job all season long getting those free 5 yards. So looks like the Hounds going to pick up 5 free ones right here. So brings it down to even a 3rd and short. So good job by the Hounds, you know, and the coaching staff, Coach Elam, offense coordinator, to get those 5 free yards right here against the Flyers.
Now, much more manageable 3rd and 1. Corbin brings in the goal line package. Wildcat set. Combs in the Wildcat. Brings Curry in motion, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the gut, fights up to the midfield stripe. That's a gain of 2, more than enough for the Red Hound first down.
Yeah, a good hard run up in there with that big power running formation. And again, speaks to what you're talking about, Ronnie. You know, the Hounds don't look for no big play. You just want to move the chains. You want to keep that clock running, you know, towards halftime. Take advantage. Use the clock to your advantage. You know, you get the score here, and then you get the football back to start the 3rd quarter. So really, really good play right there to move the chains by the Hounds.
1st and 10 right at the 50. Elam has twin wideouts each way. Operating out of the gun with Combs to his right. Back to throw. Fires over the middle. He's got Wells over the shoulder throw. Caught at the 15 to the 5. Going to drag him with him to the end zone for the touchdown.
I'm telling you, just when you think, you know, the Hounds going to kind of move the ball slowly down the field, the Hounds attack right there, you know, on the first down play at midfield. And Brody Wells, Cade Elam, another connection. We saw him last week with the corner route at the end zone with a big touchdown, and then Brody Wells to Cade Elam, from Cade Elam, another score. So Hounds really, really striking fast right there. Great play, great protection from the offensive line. Touchdown, Red Hounds. Great throw from quarterback Cade Elam.
Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up and away, and good. 5:10 remaining in your first half. Corbin on top, 21-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
I hate box springs. Well, here at Sammy's Furniture, we hate them so much, when you buy any mattress $7.99 and up, we're going to give you one for free. So if you're thinking, yeah, Sammy's right, if box springs were a person, I would punch them in the face. Well, guess what? You can take the price of that box spring and deduct it from any adjustable base we've got in the store, and we've got over 16 of them. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, folks. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months, same as cash financing if you need it. When you pick it up, you get an extra discount on top of the free box spring that we can't wait to get out of here. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture.
5:10 remaining in your first half of play. Corbin on top, 21-14 your score. Cade Elam lighting up the scoreboard so far in the first half. 2 touchdown strikes to his credit.
Yeah, Cade Elam doing a great job all season long, firing 73% completion percentage on the season. So just Cade Elam playing lights out.
Baker on the kick. End over end kick going to land at the 5, roll into the end zone. Baker actually slipped on that kick, still got enough underneath it to get it out of the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, and again, how do you stop a big return? You put Jacob Baker and let him be your kicker, and you get the touchback. So great job right there, by the Hounds special teams unit and Jacob Baker to set the Hounds defense up again right here for success.
Maybe ideally Corbin might have not left so much clock on there going into the halftime break.
What we were thinking, exactly.
Nonetheless, you can't turn down touchdowns.
That's right.
They'll be negative Nancy.
That's right.
Franklin County all out of sorts. They're trying to line up here on first down, and they've got to think they're going to burn a timeout. And they do. 5:10 remaining in your first half of play. Corbin on top, 21-14 your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing that has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and can still be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
5:10 remaining in the first half of play. Corbin on top of Franklin County, 21-14. Your score. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Winner goes to Lexington.
Yes,
to play for a state championship here. 2 good football teams battling it out here. Last game on the grass at Campbell Field. Franklin going to open up in the wishbone set. Wide receiver flanked out either side. A lot of success out of this formation so far. Back to throw. Fires, hauled in and caught at the 25. Going to be upended at the 32. Wow. Big shot from Joe West Lester. But not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, a good solid tackle out there. We talked about it. You get your athletes out in space, and, the Flyers can do a lot of damage. But right there, Joe Lester coming up, breaking down, making a good solid tackle in space, right there on number 10 for the Flyers, Amari Clark.
Corbin going to back a safety out of the box here now. As Franklin goes back to the wishbone set, power play, going across the right side. Skips the line of scrimmage, fights forward for a gain of about 4.
Looked like Zane Hammock up in there, the Hounds tackling leader, of course, making that hit. Zane Hammock, kind of the quarterback of the defense, doing a good job inside between the tackles to bring the runner down. So, again, you got, right around 4 minutes left in this first half. You don't want to let anything break right here. Keep it in front of you, bend but don't break. Hounds do a great job of doing just that.
Wishbone set on second down. Back to throw. Wayward pass almost intercepted. Stewart had his fingertips on it, couldn't haul it in. Well, that was a skyward throw there.
Yes, and right there to me, you see why you want to force the Flyers to throw the football. Emmanuel Smith, throwing the football. We've seen him complete 2 or 3 of those early in his football game, but he sets his feet and fires it out there to the right, and the ball kind of sails on him. So, you can catch a break every now and then and pick one of those balls off, and Carter Stewart almost comes up with one right there.
Brings up 3rd and 6. Franklin County will send both wide receivers to the right. Still remain in the wishbone set. Smith tucks up under center. Power play going across the right side, across the 40. Got the first down by a length of the football. Franklin County drive will remain alive.
Yeah, just a good hard run right there off the right tackle spot, and Troy Faulkner, number 56, coming in making a hit. So again, the Hounds, doing a good job up front, bending but not breaking. Peyton Warren, number 58, also in there as well. So again, you gotta prevent the big play right here before half.
1st and 10 at the Franklin 43-yard line. Smith under center, wide receiver flanked out to either side. Wishbone set behind him. Fumbled snap, he has to fall on it. Going to lose a yard there on the snap exchange.
Yeah, just ball goes on the ground, kind of a miss snap, if you will. And the Hounds, trying to find those loose balls. Have done a great job, like we said, all season long. 29 turnovers on the year through this football season. Not able to come up with one just yet, but, almost had a really, really good opportunity to get the turnover right there.
Same offensive formation, except it's going to be 2nd and 11. Broken play, goes to hand it off. Nobody home, going to have to eat the sack in the backfield. Summers leading the charge for the big Red Hound defensive front, now 3rd and long.
Yeah, great job, Israel Summers. Troy Faulkner on the hit. That's sack number 9 for Israel Summers. Hound sack leader on the season. Israel Summers having a great season so far this year, looking to make one more football game to Kroger Field next week. Great job, great pressure by the Hounds defense.
Now 3rd and long. Smith going to retreat back to the shotgun. Trips to his right, one wide out to his left. 3rd and 17, down in distance to make. Corbin backs off defensively. Does bring a linebacker blitz. Going to have to tuck it and run it. Up at the 40, the 45, going to be tackled. Ball comes loose, but comes out of bounds. Lester did a good job ripping it loose. Looks like they're going to mark him out. Right around the 46-yard line, sets up 4th and 7. Decision time for Franklin County here.
Yeah, decision time right here, and 2.5 minutes left to go in this half. Hounds still looking to reset, so 4th down right here for the Franklin County Flyers.
4th and 7, same offensive formation. Tried the hard count, did not get into the neutral zone there. Franklin County wanting the offsides call. They make some adjustments here on the sideline. Got to think Franklin's going to let this one roll down to 1 and maybe kick the football.
Yeah, I think so. Going to let the play clock run down to 1 and call that timeout. That's right. Trying to catch the Hounds jumping off sides. Of course, Hounds do a great job right there to stay, to stay lined up.
Timeout, Franklin County. We'll take a quick one as well. 21-14 your score. The minute 53 remaining in your first half of play. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
1:53 remaining in your first half of play. Corbin on top of Franklin County, 21-14 your score. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Excuse me, got choked up there. Franklin County let the play clock dwindle down to 0 with 1:53 remaining on the game clock. Still going to go for it here. The ball is at the Franklin County 46-yard line.
Yeah, really aggressive play right here, 4th and about 7. So, Franklin County Flyers looking to maybe try to go for this first down. If they get stopped right here, sets the Hounds up, the Hounds offense in great field position right before the half. Really an aggressive play call, if the Flyers go for it right here.
Definitely hedge their bets by running that 30 seconds off the clock. But head scratcher here for sure. Franklin trying to avoid that deficit. Sends a receiver back in the flat. Did run the pick play here, a drive ago. Back to throw. Now going to step up and throw. Receiver down the middle. Halden and caught in double coverage. Ball comes down on the ground. Ball comes out at the end of the reception. Don't know that that's a catch anywhere but here. He did not complete. I think
so. Yeah, you
did not complete the reception.
He didn't complete the catch.
Did not complete the reception. That should be incomplete. Oh, they're going to call it a catch in double coverage. Wow.
You got to complete the catch, and, big break right there for the Flyers.
Result of the play, down inside the Corbin 20-yard line. 4 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Actually, 3, excuse me. They're all in tight. Smith, pitch play to the right. Mormon trying to find a perimeter. Flag comes out on the play. Looks like in the vicinity of a hold.
Yeah, it looks like, the Hounds may get, a penalty right here. So be, a good break for the Hounds defense after that big play by the Flyers. So look for the officials right here to make the call.
Holding going to go against Franklin County. Boy, you really, really clamor for instant replay, don't you? It's interesting to see how that actually went down.
I was wanting to throw the challenge flag right there, Ronnie, but I didn't have one in my pocket. So
no, I left mine at home.
Tough break right here for the Hounds, on the big play by the Flyers. But again, the Hounds do catch a break right here with that big penalty.
Sets up 1st and 20. Backed up to the Corbin 27-yard line. Smith under center. Back to throw. Fires left side. Hauled in and out of his hands. Now they're going to throw the flag on the penalty. There was a hit. Jarred the football loose, and now a flag comes after the hit. What in the world could that be? I'm guessing unnecessary roughness going to be the call, which is softer than your 12-pack of Charmin.
I mean, usually that's got to be around the head area or
no, that's a clean midsection shot. I'm not sure what the flag is
right
here.
Around the hip pads there, so not sure what the flag could possibly be right here.
Oh, my goodness. We'll wait for the call from the White Hat, folks. We're kind of mystified. Personal foul against Corbin. Hit a player while playing the game of football. I imagine the penalty's going to be.
Yeah, I don't even think
couple really bad calls here at home. And we don't say that a whole lot. I'm not one to belabor officials, but those are two really poor
tough calls.
Poor decisions.
Tough
all
calls.
Coming from this back left region as well. Nonetheless, Corbin going to have to keep fighting 1st and 4 after the assessment of the penalty. Wishbone set. Power play across the left side, cuts it back against the grain, still on his feet, finally going to be taken to the ground by a pack of Red Hounds there. Don't know if he got maybe a yard or two on that right side power.
Yeah, just may, kind of bend the ball off to the left side, trying to get some yardage around that left side and bends it back to the right. But Hounds right there up front real quick. Joe Lester, Anthony Myers doing a good job up front, Anthony Myers, to make that hit. So, again, under a minute left in this first half, Ronnie, the Hounds trying to, bend but don't break, keep the Flyers out of the end zone.
Wishbone set on 2nd and 3. Inside a minute to play as the clock continues to dwindle. Power play across the right side. Got a little running room there. Still on his feet. Going to be knocked down all the way up to the Corbin 7-yard line. Clock will stop with 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, big pile in there. Looks like we got maybe a timeout coming. But, again, Hounds doing a good job up front, just finding the runner and finding the big fullback for the Hounds. Look like Mikey Neal. Again, Anthony Myers in on that big hit right there.
Timeout on the field. Franklin County going to burn their second timeout. I think they have one remaining. It's their last timeout. Excuse me.
Okay.
No timeouts remaining. 1st and goal at the Corbin 4. The interesting thing is you got to get back on the ball pretty quickly.
Yes.
You're still, if you want to run the football and you don't make it into the end zone, that clock is going to continue to dwindle.
Yeah, again, and it plays into the hands. The Franklin County Flyers being mostly, one-dimensional, a running team. So the Hounds definitely want to lock in on that run, stop the run game, have the corners man up, have the safety man up, play that man coverage, and then definitely shut down the run, and then try to get out of here off the field with the defense at halftime.
Franklin County done a good job moving the football tonight. Have moved the football on the back of two questionable calls from this crew, but done and gone. 1st and goal at the Corbin 7. Smith under center. Power play goes to Mormon, tries to cut into the teeth of the defense. Tackled down at the Corbin 4. Clock going to continue to run at the 30. Out of timeouts. They're going to have to get set in a hurry. Split back call. Going to clock it there. Don't know that everyone was set on that one with 17 seconds remaining. But nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd down. Goal to go. Ball resting at the Corbin 3-yard line. 17 seconds remaining. Corbin on top, 21-14. Red Hounds getting the ball back.
Yes.
To start the second half. So this possession, of course, more crucial than ever.
Yeah, huge play right here. You definitely, the next couple downs, huge play for the Hounds. You want to, keep that lead, get the ball out, in the second half, starting the second half. So huge play right here for the Hounds.
Oh, now the official is going to reset for 2 seconds. Was getting curious there. Play clock was down to 10 seconds with no action. 19 seconds, the official remaining clock in the game. Flyers look like they're going to go at it from the I formation, tied into the right. Mormon not on the field. Head scratcher here as he tucks up under center. Play action, bootleg to the right. Smith going to tuck it and run it for himself into the end zone, in there for the touchdown.
Wow, tough play right there. Emmanuel Smith, quarterback for the Flyers, just rolls out to the right, and when you do that, you've got the option to throw it or pass it, and unfortunately for the Hounds defense, that edge not secure. So Emmanuel Smith, runs the football in after, again, just a tough, a tough drive for the Hounds, couple tough calls, but, tip your hat to the Flyers. They cash in right here before halftime.
Extra point try, inbound. Snap is down, kick is up and away. And good. 11 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll cut away for a 30-second commercial break. We're tied at 21. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. It's called Forward Pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at $19.99 a month and includes unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabytes of data, $29.99 per month. 6 gigabytes, $39.99 per month. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus. Just $89.99 per month with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features of postpaid service without the long-term commitment. It's Forward Pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data plus, slows to 1 megabyte per second. Past 50 gigabytes of use.
11 seconds remaining in your first half of play. We're tied at 21 here at Campbell Field. Corbin, Franklin County winner goes on to the state title game. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And so far, we've had a slugfest tonight.
Yes.
Corbin seeing a lot of adversity. Of course, they took on Johnson Central a week ago, stymied that rushing attack, seeing another big physical football team here in Franklin County. Franklin setting up for the onside attempt. Don't know if the receiving team is responding. It's a pooch kick. High in the air. Fair catch called for. Hauled in and caught at the Corbin 30-yard line. Maki Neal hauling it in for the Hounds. 1st and 10 at the 30. Corbin has 3 timeouts.
Yes.
Have a Division I kicker.
Yep. And we do have
and
Cade
Patrick
Elam
Mahomes Jr. at quarterback. Cade Elam's been dialing it up
yes.
all night long.
So you never know. The Hounds can hit one big play and put points on the board. So
Maybe risky, though.
Yes,
I do understand if he falls on a knee here. Looks like that's what Corbin will do. You can't turn the ball over when you're taking a knee. Elam's going to take a knee and let this one go into the halftime break. We're tied 21-21 at your half. Corbin, Franklin County in a battle here last game at Campbell Field. Winner goes to your state title game. We're going to cut away for your halftime break. Again, your score 21, Franklin County, 21. We'll be back in 5 minutes. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
That's a 15-yard penalty for not eating at Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. You can go deep with Bubby's all-you-can-eat buffet with all your favorites for one low price. That's right, all you can eat, not just one measly old plate. And there's never a personal foul on the fine staff at Bubby's Barbecue. They're friendly and fast and will always treat you like you're a part of the Bubby's family. You'll always score big and win the game when it comes to choosing Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. Phone 258-9070 for Bubby's Barbecue of Corbin.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Get relief from your migraine headaches with Dr. Deidre Pennington at Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. Don't suffer for years as my wife did with monthly medications that work sometimes. Since she has been seeing Dr. Pennington, her migraines have gone away. And this is someone who had suffered for more than a decade and is now migraine-free with no monthly medications. Migraine headaches can go away with a trip to Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage, located at 615 South Main Street in Corbin. Phone 606-261-2053.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like, maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
I hate box springs. Well, here at Sammy's Furniture, we hate them so much, when you buy any mattress $7.99 and up, we're going to give you one for free. So if you're thinking, yeah, Sammy's right, if box springs were a person, I would punch them in the face. Well, guess what? You can take the price of that box spring and deduct it from any adjustable base we've got in the store, and we've got over 16 of them. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, folks. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, Sundays from 12 to 5. We got 12 months, same as cash financing if you need it. When you pick it up, you get an extra discount on top of the free box spring that we can't wait to get out of here. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing that has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and can still be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. It's called Forward Pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at $19.99 a month and includes unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabytes of data, $29.99 per month. 6 gigabytes, $39.99 per month. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus. Just $89.99 per month with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features of postpaid service without the long-term commitment. It's Forward Pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data plus, slows to 1 megabyte per second. Past 50 gigabytes of use.
That's a 15-yard penalty for not eating at Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. You can go deep with Bubby's all-you-can-eat buffet with all your favorites for one low price. That's right, all you can eat, not just one measly old plate. And there's never a personal foul on the fine staff at Bubby's Barbecue. They're friendly and fast and will always treat you like you're a part of the Bubby's family. You'll always score big and win the game when it comes to choosing Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. Phone 258-90.
Halftime here at Campbell Field. Your score, Corbin 21, Franklin County 21, knotted up. Team's in a dogfight right now. The only sign of slowing down was that opening possession by Franklin County. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. 1982 championship football squad being honored right here. Last time Corbin's captured a state title, trying to change that here with this season.
Yeah, I think so. And, got to see some of those guys down there in the Varsity Club 10 and the Varsity Club area. And good to see those guys, Coach Adams, Coach Burchett, and, of course, Coach Powers, the head coach of that football team. So, tip your hat to the 82 state champs. Corbin has been, 3 or 4 different other times, but all, come up short. So, Hounds, again, this football game, looking to line up right here, punch your ticket right here. The Hounds can do that, in this second half. So, Hounds looking to move on to the Kroger Field in this football game.
Offensively, Corbin cooking tonight. They've scored every time they've touched the football. Cade Elam, only 4 pass attempts, completed 3 of them, 119 yards. Of the 3, 2 went for touchdowns. He's 1 catch to Stewart for 42 yards, a 27-yard touchdown pass to Eli Petrosky, and a 50-yard touchdown pass to Brody Wells through the air. Cam Combs on the ground, 7 carries, but 66 yards has been netted by him, and a score, 1 carry for 7 yards for Curry. And Elam's kept it himself twice for 6 yards on the ground. And Corbin, and not had the football a tremendous amount of time either. I'm looking at it right here on the stat sheet. Corbin's ran 14 offensive plays in the first half. That's not a lot.
No, exactly. And the Hounds have the ability to strike fast. And, you look at Cade Elam. You mentioned 3 out of 4 for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. Right on his average, completing 73% on the season, completion percentage. But you're right, Ronnie. The Hounds come out here, get the football. Would be great to see the Hounds, really kind of establish that run game. Move the football down the field, kind of give the defense a little bit of a rest right here, and then put points on the board. Would be a perfect drive, for Coach Greer. But again, we talk about Coach Greer, Coach Elam, Coach Mills making all kinds of great halftime adjustments. I expect no different right here coming out in the second half. Going to be adjustments to get the running game stopped for the Franklin County Flyers.
Yeah, definitely a different look than Corbin got in the first part of the year. Franklin County tried to do more of an air raid style approach. Went very poorly for him up in Franklin County. Franklin threw 4 interceptions in that football game, was really their undoing before they could ever get anything going. But offensively, definitely turned a corner. A lot of people were saying Franklin County found their identity.
Right.
Never know what that means. That's all I always say. That's coach speak. Found their identity. Best camp we've ever had.
Right.
Kids are dialed in more than ever. I mean, you hear that every year. But this one definitely, Franklin County has changed the way they operate offensively and paying dividends, moving the football really well, have 2 really good running backs back there to hand the ball off to. This is a tough football team at 8-5.
Yeah, I think so. And again, you want to start right here. And like I said a minute ago, the Hounds offense, you come out here, get a long sustaining drive, put points on the board, and then you got to dial in. Use those halftime adjustments, dial in, stop the Franklin County Flyer running game, force the Flyers to have to throw the football. But again, they've got a lot of playmakers, a lot of really good athletes, in the backfield. Mormon, you've got Galloway, Claudio, of course, quarterback Emmanuel Smith has completed a couple balls, and then we saw him right before the half run the touchdown in right there to tie the football game up. So, it wasn't going to be easy right here. Hounds in the Final Four, needing to get to Kroger Field right here, in this second half. So, Franklin County Flyers, we knew they would come to play. So, Hounds going to have to dial it in, make some plays to win this football game in the second half.
And Corbin, of course, trying to invite a shootout. Franklin County not taking
the
bait right now. Corbin has been putting it on people in shootout-style competitions right now. Offensively cooking, defensively playing well, just can't get off the field.
That's right.
So it seems even forced them into 2 tough 4th down situations that they were able to convert through the air. So a lot of things to dial up. Coach Greer been here many times before,
yes,
confident
right.
he can rein it in and make the necessary adjustments. But again, your score at the half right now, Corbin 21, Franklin County 21. We're going to take another 5-minute commercial break. We'll be back in 5. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Have you been having problems with your golf swing because of pain? As a lifelong golfer, I understand how back or neck pain can affect your game. Did you know specific chiropractic treatment can help? Call and make an appointment with me, Dr. Deidre Pennington, and see why so many people are raving about Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. Phone 606-261-2053. Take a swing at being pain-free with Pennington Wellness.
If you're having problems, trust our Grammy. We do!
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like, maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
I hate box springs. Well, here at Sammy's Furniture, we hate them so much when you buy any mattress $7.99 and up, we're going to give you one for free. So if you're thinking, yeah, Sammy's right, if box springs were a person, I would punch them in the face. Well, guess what? You can take the price of that box spring and deduct it from any adjustable base we've got in the store, and we've got over 16 of them. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, folks. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, Sundays from 12 to 5. We got 12 months, same as cash financing if you need it. When you pick it up, you get an extra discount on top of the free box spring that we can't wait to get out of here. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing that has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and can still be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. It's called Forward Pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at $19.99 a month and includes unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabytes of data, $29.99 per month. 6 gigabytes, $39.99 per month. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus. Just $89.99 per month with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features of postpaid service without the long-term commitment. It's Forward Pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data plus, slows to 1 megabyte per second. Past 50 gigabytes of use.
That's a 15-yard penalty for not eating at Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. You can go deep with Bubby's all-you-can-eat buffet with all your favorites for one low price. That's right, all you can eat, not just one measly old plate. And there's never a personal foul on the fine staff at Bubby's Barbecue. They're friendly and fast and will always treat you like you're a part of the Bubby's family. You'll always score big and win the game when it comes to choosing Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. Phone 258-9070 for Bubby's Barbecue of Corbin.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank.
Halftime here at Campbell Field. Your score, Corbin 21, Franklin County 21. Knotted up here on the 3-touchdown mark here at Campbell Field. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Winner goes to Lexington.
That's right.
Here in this slugfest. Boy, it's been a dandy here at Campbell Field. Last game on the grass.
Yes, last game on the grass. Got T-shirts, selling, taking pictures. I know Jenny's taking pictures up here as well, so trying to take it all in. The last time there's going to be grass at Campbell Field, and, the whole landscape's going to change. I think we're going to have a food truck area, going to have stands in the end zone, almost like a mini-type college field. So, maybe even upgrading the T107 Red Hound radio booth. That's what we're shooting for. So, maybe crossing my fingers. But great football game, great semifinals matchup right here, Hounds and Flyers. Duking it out right here. But, again, Hounds get the balls coming out, Ronnie. You got to look for the Hounds to try to set the tone. We always talk about how Coach Greer, Coach Mills, Coach Elam do a great job at halftime adjustments. And you know what? I'm saying the same thing. I think the Hounds going to come out here, make the necessary adjustments, and get things done, in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
Score update from across the bracket. Bull County goes into the halftime break. They're up 14-0 over Louisville Central right now. So Rebels flying high on a 2-touchdown lead over there, playing one of the top defenses in the state.
That's right.
So this is a tough game. This is all four teams. They're perennial powerhouses. This is your usual Final Four.
That's right.
Or 8. And look, right now, Bull County looking like they're well on their way. No clear winner decided here right now. Corbin, of course, scoring at will, just having a hard time getting Franklin County off the football field.
Yeah, I think so, and that's the big thing. The Hounds haven't had any trouble at all, throwing the football, running the football, putting points on the board. But, again, like you said earlier, at halftime, on the halftime break there, Flyers coming in with a totally different game plan, running the football, not having a lot of turnovers, if any, actually, and just doing a good job controlling time of possession, forcing the Hounds' defense to make plays and stop the run. And so far, the Flyers have done a great job in this first half. So, again, I always look to, like I just said, Coach Greer, Coach Mills, Coach Elam, halftime adjustments coming at you right here to start this third quarter.
Got a minute or so to play till we kick it back off here at Campbell Field. We're going to take our last halftime break. We're tied at 21. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Thank you.
Gracias.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name-brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Do you have a student athlete that is suffering with a sports injury? Did you know a gentle chiropractic treatment can help with headaches, neck and back pain, even knee or ankle injuries? Call today and make your appointment with me, Dr. Deidre Pennington, and see why so many student athletes are thankful for Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. Telephone 606-261-2053.
If you're having problems, trust our Grammy. We do!
At Campbell Field, these teams are tied at 21 apiece. They're back on the field in a hurry. Again, 21-21 your score. Ronnie Bolin, Jeff Barnett, and Jenny Barnett on your radio dial. High pooch kick careening into the air, going to be fielded by Mikey Neal at the 25. Up to the 30, he'll lower his shoulder, be met by a wave of Flyers. Red Hounds will take over 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, and again, just kind of a pooch-type kick right there by the Flyers, trying to prevent the big return by Xander Curry, the return man for the Hounds. So Mikey Neal sets the Hounds up, sets the offense up right here, in pretty good shape right here at this 30-yard line.
Corbin going to start fast. Opening up in the shotgun. Twin wideouts both all in tight. Elam takes the snap, hands off to Combs across the right side.
There he goes.
Gain of 5, gain of 10, knocked out of bounds, took a big shot right around the 42-yard line. Still, after a gain of 14, that's enough for a Red Hound first down.
Yeah, good job right there. Good start by the Hounds. Again, just lining up in that, kind of ace formation, the one back with Combs and the quarterback Elam, and takes the handoff around the right side. So the right side of the Hounds' offensive line gets it done right there and does a good job to set the Hounds up for the first down.
1st and 10 at the Corbin 44-yard line. Now Corbin spreads the field with all 4 wide receivers, brings Wells in motion. Handoff goes to him across the left side up to the 45, stretches out to the 49. Gain of 5 on the jet sweep play. Sets up 2nd and 5.
And so far, the Hounds running to the right there with Cam Combs, and right there running to the left with Brody Wells, doing a good job hitting the edges, trying to, stretch the field a little bit again. And then, you never know. You may look for the Hounds to take that deep shot like we've seen all season long with Cade Elam at quarterback.
You can kind of see why. Franklin County devoting no safeties over the top against this 4 wide receiver look. They show blitz and they bring it. Design quarterback run to Elam across the right side. He's across the 50. 45 lowers his shoulder and out of bounds. picks up the first down and much more down to the Franklin County 42-yard line.
Yeah, and a good point right there. Good run by quarterback Cade Elam, but you're right. The Flyers don't have any safeties whatsoever, so, when the Hounds, Coach Elam, offense coordinator, sees that, he's going to take his shots. But right there, another good job around that right side offensive line up front for the Hounds. Number 70, Keegan Reeder, leading the way for quarterback Cade Elam.
1st and 10 at the Franklin County 41. Trip set to the left. They'll reset Combs to the left as well. Handoff goes to Combs. Teaches the defense. Huge hole. Tackled from behind at the 35-yard line. Gain of about 6 inside.
Yeah, and you talked about it earlier, Ronnie, at halftime.
Give him 8. Wow.
At halftime, the Hounds just kind of get a good methodical drive, pound the football, wear the defense down for the Flyers right here. So, Hounds starting out this second half, in good shape, running the football.
Sets up 2nd and 2. Trip set. Elam in the gun. Hard count. You talked about taking a shot. This is the down to do it.
That's right. That's right.
Extra down left to play with. Elam has 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Going to keep it on the ground to Combs across the left side. Breaks through at the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Another gain of about 5. That's enough for another first down, Corbin.
Yeah, and a good job again, that offensive line up front, just creating those big running lanes, winning those one-on-one. One of JV keys to the games, win the one-on-ones in the trenches. Big Eli Bolton, Franklin West on the left side, creating the one-on-one matchups and winning those matchups, and then creating those running lanes for number 18, leading rusher, Cam Combs.
Tight bunch set to the left. Warren, the lone wide receiver to the right, brings Wells in motion. Hands off to him across the right side. Good block at the 20. Throws the stiff arm at the 15 down to the 12-yard line. Big gain of about 14 on the jet sweep play. Corbin moving the ball in a hurry.
Good job right there again. Hounds just using the motion, using the jet motion. Cade Elam, the quarterback for the Hounds, moving the running backs, moving the receivers where he wants them, and using the motion to kind of get that edge. And we've seen the Hounds, run it up in between the tackles, run it to the left, run it to the right, really just kind of having their way. And it all speaks to the big offensive line for the Hounds of how how this offense is moving the ball to start this second half.
Elam in the gun, 3 wide receivers to his left. Design quarterback run to the right. Good block on the perimeter. He'll dive forward inside the 10-yard line. Mark him at the 7. Looks like he picked up about 5 on the quarterback keeper to the right side.
Yeah, and just another good hard run up in there, kind of wearing the Flyers defense down a little bit. Anytime the quarterback could carry the football, you get that extra blocker, and right there the Hounds take advantage, moving the ball down the field a little bit more, trying to put points on the board to start this second half.
Brings up 2nd and 5. Corbin can still get a first down. Not in goal territory yet. Resets Combs to the left. Handoff goes to Combs into the teeth of the defense. Gets tripped up in the backfield for no gain.
It looked like number 7, Caden Campbell for the Flyers coming on a, maybe an inside run blitz or maybe even off that edge. But we've seen Cam Combs have his way up in there in between the tackles. But that time kind of getting shut down. So brings up, a big play right here for the Hounds offense.
Now 3rd and 4. Corbin has driven the length of the field on the ground thus far. Need to convert here as these teams are trading punches in this quarterfinals. Brings Wells in motion. Handoff going to go to him as well. He's going to be bottled up in the backfield. Going to lose yards there. I think he's going to lose about 4 on the jet sweep play. Now it's 4th and long. Corbin may have to kick the field goal here.
Yeah, I think so. And looks like the Hounds bringing on Jacob Baker and the special teams. And, after that huge drive all the way down the field. But, hopefully you get the Jacob Baker field goal right here. Hounds unable to cash in, on the first drive out of the half. So, Jacob Baker, one of the best kickers in the state. Actually, I'll change that. Best kicker in the state. That's right. Excuse my miss right there. Jacob Baker, the best kicker in the state, going to try to get the Hounds 3 points right here.
A little more than a PAT try. Franklin County in the neutral zone. Offside's going to go against them. Don't know that this changes the play call, though. Still going to be 4th and about 5.
Yeah, I think so. Just maybe gets the ball, a little bit closer for Jacob Baker. Not that he needs the 5 yards, but the Hounds will definitely take it. So, again, Franklin County being overly aggressive right there, and, you cost the Flyers 5. As we've seen, again, all season long, Hounds do a great job getting the defense to jump and getting the free 5 yards.
This will be a 23-yard attempt. Corbin does have a couple fakes in its arsenal, have shown those throughout the season, but this is a little more than an extra point attempt for Baker. Snap is down, kick is up and away, splits the uprights, and it's good.
There we
6:58 remaining in the third quarter of play. Corbin takes the lead at 24-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
6:58 remaining in the third quarter. Corbin on top of Franklin County. 24-21 your score here at Campbell Field. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Jacob Baker good from 23 yards out for the 3-point lead. First time Corbin's not scored a touchdown with the football.
That's right, yeah. You just got to get set right here on defense.
Baker puts the toe to it, booms it out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. Leg growing stronger as the wind goes colder.
That's right, and to me again, Ronnie, I said it 2 or 3 times, but right here in this drive, we're going to see how those halftime adjustments pay off for the Hounds. We've seen it all season long. The Hounds come out of the second half and really kind of turn the tide against whoever the Hounds are playing. So right here, huge drive for the Hounds defense coming out right here by the Flyers.
Flyers going to open play. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. They're all split out to the left. Now they'll do a shift back into a wishbone set. 1 wide receiver on each side. Smith under center. Power play, right side, cuts back up into the teeth of the defense. Second effort gets him about 4 yards on the handoff.
Good hard run inside. Looked like leading the charge right there for the Hounds D. Number 36, Anthony Myers. Anthony Myers, 58 tackles coming in this football game on the year. So just using his quickness, using his speed and strength to find a runner right there by the Flyers. Again, Hounds got to find a way to stop the run.
Brings up 2nd and 6. Same offensive formation for Franklin County. Smith under center. It's a pass. Throws it out to the right side. Hauled in and caught at the 31. Clears his shoulders at the 40, down to the 45. Picks up a big first down, gain of about 22 on the pitch and catch. First down, Franklin County.
Looked like Jacob Baker, Xander Curry in on the hit right there. Hounds bring a blitz off the left defensive side, but not able to get home. So, a completion right there. One of the few passes that the Franklin County Flyers will throw.
Shotgun set for Franklin County. Wide trips to the right. Toss sweep to the right. Mormon puts his foot in the dirt at the mid stirrup, up at the 50, up to the 40, where he's upended down to the Corbin 38-yard line. Big gainer on the ground for Caden Mormon.
Looked like Carter Stewart, Xander Curry with a big hit right there. But again, you're going to have to dial in, going to have to stop that run. And Franklin County just running downhill saying, stop us if you can.
Same formation now to the left side of the field. High snap, toss sweep. Caught behind him at the 40. A little bit of a pulled jersey there. No call, though. Toss sweep going to net about 5 yards across the left side.
Yeah, just kind of getting forced out of bounds right there. But, again, a big gain right there on first down, 4 or 5 yards. The Flyers just kind of, hitting those plays 4 and 5 yards and then hitting a big one every now and then. So, again, Hounds needing to make adjustments, needing to stop the running game.
Wishbone set, twin wide receivers split out to the left, ball on the left hash. Power play across the left side.
There we go.
Makes it up to the line of scrimmage. Might have fought forward for a yard or so. Now sets up 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, looked like Hounds bringing a little bit of heat right there. Number 17, Evan Baker leading the way, coming up on a blitz. And then we see Jace Hatfield in on the hit as well. So Hounds starting to get a little bit more aggressive and, maybe sending some of those run blitz. So good to see by the Hounds defense.
3rd and 3, actually, the down and distance. Splits one wide receiver now to the right side. Balance formation for the Flyers. Back to throw. Sets up, lofts the fade route. Man wide open. Caught at the 10. He'll walk into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, unfortunately right there, Flyers put a touchdown on the board, and that's exactly what happens when you get the run game going. You know, you run it, and then you set it up with a little bit of almost kind of a play action pass, or you fake the short route and then you go deep and over the top. You know, the Hounds playing man right there. And the Flyers capitalize right there and put points on the board.
Franklin County captures its first lead of the football game. Extra point try inbound, splits the uprights. It's good. 5:09 remaining in the third quarter of play. Franklin 28, Corbin 24. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
I hate box springs. Well, here at Sammy's Furniture, we hate them so much, when you buy any mattress $7.99 and up, we're going to give you one for free. So if you're thinking, yeah, Sammy's right, if box springs were a person, I would punch them in the face. Well, guess what? You can take the price of that box spring and deduct it from any adjustable base we've got in the store, and we've got over 16 of them. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, folks. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months, same as cash financing if you need it. When you pick it up, you get an extra discount on top of the free box spring that we can't wait to get out of here. Come see us today at Sammy's Furniture.
5:09 remaining in the third quarter of play. Corbin trailing Franklin County 28-24. Your score here at Campbell Field. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And Franklin County takes its first lead of the football game on the back of a big fade route down the left side. Corbin going to have to respond. Offensively, been doing incredibly well, but defensively not able to come up with the stops necessary to make this game in the Red Hound favor.
Yeah, defense going to have to just, come up with come up with a stop right here. Got to be aggressive, got to make plays, got to get the stop on defense.
Pooch kick hanging high in the air. Curry comes up quickly to recover it at the 30, trying to find some running room at the 40. Spins out of a tackle and fights up to the 45-yard line. Xander Curry, a night of good returns continues for number 2.
That's right, yeah. Xander Curry, really, really good return right there. And again, Hounds set up perfectly right here on the 45-yard line, Ronnie. The offense set up great. So offense, just do what you do. Methodically run that football, then set up that big shot. And the Hounds have done a great job all season long. Look for the Hounds to attack right here on offense.
Corbin's going to take over 1st and 10. Their own 45-yard line. Trip set to the right. One wide receiver to the left, brings Wells in motion. Play action, sets the throw, fires, gets Stewart in the flat. Holding and caught the 45, up to the 50, up to the 46-yard line. Gain of 9 on the screen reception.
Yeah, good pitch and catch right there. Cade Elam out to Carter Stewart. Hounds leading receiver on the season. So good job again by the Hounds to move the sticks a little bit, creating this short down right here to convert the first down.
Sets up 2nd and 1. Twin wideouts each way for Elam. Handoff to Combs. Huge hole up the middle at the 40. Spins off contact at the 35 down to the 34-yard line. More than enough for a Red Hound first down.
Yeah, and you want to respond to adversity right there. We see the Flyers come there, on offense, hit a couple big plays, take the lead 28-24 right here in the third quarter. How does the Hounds offense respond? You want to respond. You want to, hit a couple big plays and take the lead right back right here.
1st and 10, 4 wide receivers on the field, 2 each way. Elam in the gun, Combs to his right. Franklin County brings the blitz. Time to throw. Throws the check down to Combs in the flat. Caught at the 30. Reverses at the 20. Lots of running room for him. He's going to walk it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow. Great job right there. Good decision again by the point guard. Quarterback Cade Elam gets it out in space one-on-one to Cam Combs, and then he gets really, really good blocking downfield by the wide receivers, makes a couple people miss in space, and then the Hounds take the lead on the big touchdown right there.
That's passing touchdown number 3 on the night for Cade Elam. Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up and away. Splits the uprights and good. 3:57 remaining in the third quarter. Corbin recaptures the lead up to 31-28. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing that has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and can still be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
3:57 remaining in the third quarter of play. Corbin recaptures the lead, 31-28. Your score here at Campbell Field. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Back and forth dogfight here at Campbell Field. Bull County leads Central 21-13. On the other side of the bracket, got four teams battling it out to make it to Lexington. Baker on to kick it away for Corbin, puts the toe to it. High end-over-end kick, going to sail out of the back of the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, just what you would want right here in the Final Four. You know, Bull County, Louisville Central battling out, and then the Hounds right here at Campbell Field, last class on the grass, battling the Franklin County Flyers, and do just a great job right there. You catch a little bit of adversity with the Franklin County Flyers taking the lead, and then how does the Hounds offense respond? They go down, the Hounds go down and put a touchdown on the board. So great job by the Hounds to respond right there on offense to set the defense up right here.
Flyers going to open up in the shotgun. Still full house backfield for Smith. Handoff going to go up the middle. No running room there. Going to seal the door on the inside zone play. A little acting at the end of that tackle.
And right there he is, you know, big 74 Franklin West. We seen him play left tackle for the Hounds, you know, all season long. One of the best linemen, offensive linemen in the state of Kentucky. And so how do you stop the power run? You put big Franklin West right there in the teeth of the Hounds defense and get the job done. Great job right there by number 74 Franklin West.
So it's up second down and about 9. Full house backfield, but it is a shotgun set. Running back on either side of the quarterback and a wing. Sets to throw, loads up and fires. Hauled in and caught. Slips a couple tackles. Fights up to about the 28-yard line now. Sets up third and short.
Look like Jacob Baker out there in coverage, Jeremiah Gilbert as well. And again, you know, you stop that run, you're going to have to play the pass a little bit. But Hounds, you know, create this third down on defense right here. You know, trying to force the issue a little bit, trying to put the pressure on the Franklin County Flyers.
Franklin County all out of sorts here. Trying to get set offensively. Play clock down to 15 seconds. Looks like Franklin County will operate out of the wishbone set. Now they're finally set. Smith under center power play across the right side. Skipping ahead. He did not get the first down. Loaded up and stopped. Big wave up the middle. When you talked about it, boy, Franklin Wells is in there. It's a whole different ball.
Oh, it is. You know, he's going to take up 2 or 3 blockers every time. We see Eli Bolton in there up front for the Hounds. Zane Hammock, the tackling leader, coming in to close the door. And you're right, Ronnie. You know, you got Franklin West up in there. You got big Eli Bolton, and those guys know how to stop the run up front for the Hounds.
Franklin County going to empty the backfield on 4th and short. Could be trying the false start here. Or the offsides, excuse me. No buy from the Red Hound defensive front. The way they're aligned right now, they have 4 wide receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right. Corbin with no safeties over top. Now timeout on the field. Franklin County going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:48 remaining in the third quarter. Corbin up 31-28. Your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
Minute 48 remaining in the third quarter of play. Your score, Corbin 31, Franklin County 28, 4th and inches at the Franklin County 29-yard line. Flyers going for it deep in their own territory. Smith under center. Bootleg play. keeping it himself. Doesn't make it, takes a huge shot. Just shy of the first down marker. Zane Hammock delivers a crushing blow. Red Hound defense holds.
Wow, Zane Hammock comes out of nowhere and lights up the quarterback for the Flyers, doing a great job right there. And I'm telling you, going to be up to the officials to set the measurement right here. But my goodness, first down Hounds right there, Ronnie. Hounds do a great job to get the stop right there on defense. Play of the year right there on fourth down.
Yeah, that's a highlight maker right there. Big gut punch here. Corbin has a good opportunity to go up 2 scores in the football game. Have not been curtailed offensively so far. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the Franklin County 29. Bunch set to the left. Elam operating out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Sets to throw. Under pressure. Rolls to the left. Just gets rid of it. Throws it into the dirt and incomplete. I like the play call, though. Take a shot on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. Exactly. You want to be aggressive. You want to keep firing it downfield, and especially when you got Cade Elam at quarterback, he's going to make a good decision. So great play call, even though you don't get anything for it right there, and it creates a second down. But great play call to be really aggressive and try to cash in off the turnover, on the 4 downs.
Sets up 2nd and 10. Trip set to the left. Resets Combs to the left as well. Handoff goes to Combs. Probing across the right side. Huge block from Franklin West. Wow. He's going to spring it to the 5. Heading to the pylon, waiting for the call. Just shy of the end zone. Franklin West just sent a guy flying to the post office.
Well, I'm telling you what, about to mail him out of town right there. Big Franklin West, number 74, leading the way for Cam Combs. And, Cam Combs doing a great job being patient, getting behind his big wall right there, Franklin West. So good job. Great play, great run right there by the Hounds. Franklin West, and then Cam Combs leading the way.
Hounds going to go in the Wildcat formation, 1st and goal at the 2. Brings Curry in motion. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Going to be tracked down in the backfield. Going to lose a yard there.
Yeah, tough break right there. Hounds, in that power run formation. Got big number 92, Israel Summers, in there at fullback, trying to lead the way up in there. But again, for second down right here, no problem. Looks like Hounds reloading their offense, sending a lot of substitutions on the field right here.
Going into the goal line package. Have been loving the Wildcat here in the postseason.
That's right.
Look, of course, they're keeping one dialed away, by the way. Combs hasn't thrown a pass attempt since checking to running back. Keep tuned on that I formation for the Hounds. Elam under center. Power play goes to Wells, diving for the end zone. Got in there for the touchdown.
Wow. Woo, good hard run right there, Hounds. Zane Hammock leading the way. Brody Wells finishing off the run behind that big left side. So great job again. Hounds go up, take advantage of the 4 downs right there and get the stop, and then cash in. Touchdown, Red Hounds right there.
Waiting for the call here. Got some confusion on the field. Holding coming down after the touchdown. Going to negate the touchdown run.
Wow, Hounds catch a tough break. I mean, didn't even see the flag. Not sure if it came out late or where the flag was, but, man, kind of deflating right there. You get the hard run, you get the run off that left side, you get the touchdown, and then it gets called back on a tough holding call. So Hounds looking to reset right here and see if they can, see if the Hounds can overcome this penalty.
2nd and goal marks them back to the 14-yard line. Corbin going back to its base offense. Trips to the left, one wide receiver to the right. No safeties on the field. High snap, it's handled. Play action, fires over the middle. Trying to find Wells. Contact out there, and they're going to throw the flag. Pass interference. Going to go against Franklin County. That's the call.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
The call. Had him wrapped up.
Exactly. Good play action right there. And, you get the one-on-one with the safety on the receiver, and then you get the flag. So Hounds draw the penalty and, move the football down the field a little bit more towards the goal line.
I think a credible argument could be made that was not a catchable ball. It was thrown behind him, but The mysterious makeup called
That's
doth
right.
exist.
That's right, yeah. Hounds, we've seen a few tough breaks all night long for the Hounds, and the Hounds catch a good one right there. So, good Hound sets the Hounds up in really, really good position right here.
Half the distance to the goal, the call. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7. Corbin going to go back to the Wildcat set. Combs in it Wildcat, excuse me. Brings Curry in motion. Handoff goes to Curry across the right side. Fights down to the 3 where he'll be knocked out of bounds. Wait for the official spot there. I think it looks like the 3 from here. I can't tell.
Yeah, hard to tell on the angle, but the official spotting the ball right here. Yeah, it looks like might be the 5 actually. So I thought,
Okay.
like you said, Ronnie, I thought he, maybe got down to about the 3-yard line right in there. But football going to come back right here on this huge play right here for the Hounds offense. So right here from the 5.
Corbin going to look to take this one into the 4th quarter of play. Dogfight here at Campbell Field. Corbin on top going into the 4th quarter. 3 in the books, 1 to go. Your count. Corbin 31, Franklin County 28. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. It's called Forward Pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at $19.99 a month and includes unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabytes of data, $29.99 per month. 6 gigabytes, $39.99 per month. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus. Just $89.99 per month with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features of postpaid service without the long-term commitment. It's Forward Pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data plus, slows to 1 megabyte per second. Past 50 gigabytes of use.
That's a 15-yard penalty for not eating at Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. You can go deep with Bubby's all-you-can-eat buffet with all your favorites for one low price. That's right, all you can eat, not just one measly old plate. And there's never a personal foul on the fine staff at Bubby's Barbecue. They're friendly and fast and will always treat you like you're a part of the Bubby's family. You'll always score big and win the game when it comes to choosing Bubby's Barbecue in Corbin. Phone 258-9070 for Bubby's Barbecue of Corbin.
At the top of the 4th quarter, 3rd and goal for Corbin at the Franklin County 5. Elam in the shotgun, bunch set to his left. Play action, rolls to the right, immediately under pressure, throws into the flat to Wells. In and out of his hands, incomplete. Now Coach Greer got to make a decision here. I think he's going to go with the points.
Yeah, I think so. And, you're down close. Hopefully Jacob Baker, of course, best, field goal kicker, best kicker in the state of Kentucky. You want to try to take the other 3 points right here. And so setting up the Hounds right here to kick the field goal.
Official timeout on the field, shaking up Franklin County player. They'll tend to him. Well, this is where the coaching calls get really tough as they tend to him. You always, as a general rule, want to take points in tight football games, but can still be beaten by a touchdown here, even if this field goal is good.
That's right. Yeah, you've got to take the points, and could come down to one play here, one play there. But if you've got Jacob Baker and you're getting in field goal range, you've always got a chance. So when the Hounds get close right here, they've got to take the field goal, put points on the board.
Corbin came away with its 2nd stop of the night. Last drive, Caden Mormon, the Flyers shaking up. Big impact for him. He's overall probably their best overall player. Looks like he may be cramping, though. He's leaving the field under his own power.
Yeah, I think so. Looked like, the coaching staff was the trainers trying to stretch out the Flyer running back, Caden Mormon, right there. But, cramped up there a little bit. But, again, huge play right here for the field goal try for Jacob Baker.
Ball at the 5. Should make it a 22-yard attempt by my math. Sure-footed senior kicking from the right hash. Snap is down, kick is up and away. Splits the uprights in good. 11:58 remaining in your game. Corbin extends its lead 34-28. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
11:58 remaining in the football game. Corbin on top of Franklin County. 34-28 your score. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Corbin and Franklin in a dogfight here at Campbell Field. Winner punching their ticket to Lexington to play for a state championship.
Great job by Jacob Baker connecting on the field goal right there. Again, you want to set up the Hounds defense for success right here in this drive.
Baker will approach, put the toe to it, launches an end-over-end kick. It's good out of the back of the end zone. Baker really been putting the hammer down on the kickoff since about the second kickoff of the game. Franklin County going to have to start on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and be interesting to see. The Hounds. If you bring in Franklin West, if you bring in Big Eli Bolton right here, don't look like the Hounds going to go with Anthony Myers up front, Peyton Jordan, Israel Summers, and look like maybe trying to get the number Peyton Jordan out there, at that defensive end spot.
Wishbone set for Franklin County. Smith tucks up under center. Power play across the left side. Hits a wall. Fights forward for a gain of about 2 or 3. Mormon coming up limping right now. He's shaken up for Franklin County. His health could be a serious concern for this Franklin County offense going forward.
Yes, it could. Caden Mormon, one of the best backs, in the state of Kentucky. And right there, Zane Hammett coming in and making the hit. And to me, Ron, as we move into this fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, but we talked about the big hits. We talked about the physical play of the Hounds defense, offensive line, defensive line, just making those big hits.
And it's starting to add up.
Exactly. This is when it pays dividends right here late in the fourth quarter. When you can pound away. And so the Hounds defense really playing physical football as well as on the offensive side. And right now, the Hounds, it's starting to pay off right here in this fourth quarter.
Warming up, coming off a little gingerly right now. I don't know if he took a shot maybe to those helmets to the hamstring area. They can tile up with quickness as well.
Yeah, exactly. And, we saw Mormon go down a little bit earlier there and, it looked like cramps. But now, maybe the same thing. But, coming off under his own power right here.
Franklin County going to remain in the wishbone. Power play across the right side. Trying to find some running room. Not going to find any. Might have found a yard on the play. Now sets up 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, look like Gilead Galloway on the carry right there. Anthony Myers again from his defensive tackle spot leading the way. And then Jacob Baker coming up. Xander Curry setting the edge, making the tackle, putting the Flyers, right where the Hounds defense wants them to be in 3rd down. So now you line up. You be ready to stop that pass, set up for coverage right here.
Wishbone set on 3rd and 5. It's a pass attempt. Hauled in and caught at the 30. Fights ahead for about a yard. Going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, looked like number 1, Joe Lester from his left corner spot coming up making a hit. But, again, like you just said, Ronnie, not before the Flyers make convert on the first down.
First and 10, fought ahead to their own 31-yard line. 3 running backs all stuck up behind Smith as he operates under center, wishbone set. Fullback dive up the gut.
There he is.
He's going to fight forward. Not too much there in the middle. Might have picked up a couple on that straight ahead give.
Yeah, looked like Zane Hammock in on the hit right there out of the gate, and then 2 or 3 Hounds, kind of collapsing in. Mikey Neal, Anthony Myers again, having a good series right here up front for the Hounds defense. Again, you've got to make that stop, got to stop the run, force the Flyers into passing situations.
Same set on 2nd down. Same play, fullback dive across the right side. Skates forward to about the 39-yard line.
Look like Jacob Baker, and again, Zane Hammock keeping his eye on the fullback. You know, we saw the action go to the left, fullback dive to the right. Zane Hammock making a good decision to stay with the fullback.
Fullback dive again, going to be met in the backfield. Zane Hammock leading the charge for the Red Hound defense. Don't think he went anywhere on that play. They're going to mark him down at the 40.
I'm telling you, Zane Hammock is zeroed in on the Franklin County Flyers fullback. That's his job, and he's doing it well. Wherever that fullback goes for the Franklin County Flyers, Zane Hammock is going to be there.
Yeah, Franklin's going for it. They went for it on their own 28. Of course, they're going for it on their own 40. Fourth down and inches. Smith under center. Power play. Going to pick up the first down. Fights to the 45, up to the 47-yard line. Gain of about 7. That's enough for the Franklin County first.
Look like Mikey Neal, Joe Lester, Zane Hammock in on the hit. But again, Franklin County moving the chains right here. So again, creating that first down for the Flyers.
Moving the chains. A lot of Flyers leaving the field of play right now. Like you talked about, that contact is starting to pile up on these runners.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. It's got to pay dividends right here in this fourth quarter.
Wishbone set. Down to some new running backs. Fullback dive up the middle. No running room there. Going to be bottled up for a gain of about a yard or 2.
Good job in the interior front of the Hounds defense. Look like number 67 back in there. Eli Bolton, Franklin West, number 74 in there as well. Both checking out right now, though. Anthony Myers coming back into the football game. So kind of the Hounds defensive front four, a little bit of a rotation in there right now on this defensive drive.
Sets up 2nd and 9. Flyers going to operate out of the wishbone, bringing backers. Screen play, hauled in and caught. Across the 50, across the 45. He's going to use the momentum and extend out. Depending on the spot here, he's really close to the first down marker. Official's going to signal it's 3rd and a yard.
Again, Joe Lester on the hit, Jacob Baker on the hit, Xander Curry coming up, making a play right there. Brings up a 3rd and short, Ronnie. But again, Hounds, even at the end of that play, Hounds getting in a really good collision on the receiver right there. Still, bringing the wood a little bit, bringing those big hits.
3rd and very short. Wishbone set for Franklin County. They've been here most of the game. Twin wide receivers, both split out to the left. Smith under center, power play across the left side. Straight ahead to Mormon. He might have got a first down by about a nose of the football.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like the official going to mark the ball right here, and I believe you're right, Ronnie. Going to probably move the chains. Big 56 Troy Faulkner, Anthony Myers in there making the tackle right there. Actually, maybe short.
Going to call it short. The line judge signaled for a first down, but head official maybe asking for a measurement on the field.
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, the line judge kind of had it marked first down, but the head official, like you just said, Ronnie, again, coming out and spotting the ball. So maybe, the Hounds maybe come up a little short right here.
Going to be in 4-down territory no matter what.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no matter what the down is, right? If it's 4th down, Flyers, of course, definitely going to go for it.
First down. Looked like it from here. I didn't really particularly think that was a measurable situation, but nonetheless, 1st and 10 at the Corbin 42-yard line. 7.5 minutes left in the football game. 6 points separating these squads, 34-28 your count.
Yeah, and Flyers, again, just line up that power run set, saying stop us if you can. Hound's going to have to dial up again. Another run blitz, another big stop right here.
Smith under center, full house backfield behind him. Power play going across the right side. Fights his way forward up to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 7.
Yeah, and the line rotation continues up there. Peyton Jordan making the hit right there, but big number 67, Eli Bolton, and big number 74, Franklin West, checking in the football game right here on this, this big play.
Second and 3. Hard to imagine Franklin County's going to leave this wishbone set, but now they split a wide receiver out wide either way, have thrown in this situation. Power play across the left side, going to be wrapped up in the backfield. No gain on the play.
Yeah, not much up in there. Looked like number 67, Eli Bolton, right there on the first hit. And, just going to have to kind of match up a little bit inside, size on size. The Hounds got two big guys in there right now trying to shut down that running game of the Franklin County Flyers. You look at this drive, Ronnie, Franklin County, of course, would be, just fine. Run this clock all the way to, 30 seconds and then scoring, with 30 seconds on the clock. So Hounds got to find a stop right here somewhere.
Wishbone set on 3rd and 2. Power play, right side. Took a big shot near the first down marker.
Yeah, looked like Zane Hammock on the hit right there, but I think,
First down.
Going to move the chains again. And again, we talked about it really quick right there, but the Flyers would not want nothing more than to run this clock all the way down. And, the Hounds with a 6-point lead right there put a touchdown on the board.
Definitely the move for Franklin County. They're in no particular hurry right now. Confidence.
That's right.
In moving the football
That's right.
as they have on the ground. Smith under center, fullback dive across the right side. He's going to fight forward for about a yard or two, down to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Zane Hammock, Jacob Baker in on the hit. And, you talk about the Hounds defense, offense, delivering those big shots. But time of possession in this football game has been owned by the Franklin County Flyers.
Sets up 2nd and about 8. They bring the wide receivers to the short side of the field in the boundary here. Wishbone set behind Smith. Power play going up the gut.
There we go.
Nothing there. Ball almost came out there, but he'll gain a couple. Now sets up 3rd and about 7.
Looked like Jace Hatfield leading the way. Franklin West closing the door. Brings up a huge, huge 3rd down. Of course, you talked about it all on this drive and the last drive. 4-down territory for the Flyers, but, big 3rd down right here. Hounds need to get a stop.
Sets up 3rd and 7. Could be a passing play. Could be 4-down territory. Hard to say at this time. Smith under center. One wide receiver split out each way. Looks like Franklin may burn this one down to the 1 second on the play clock and take a timeout and talk about it. I think that's going to be the move. And they do. Timeout on the field with 4:18 remaining in the football game. Your score, Corbin 34, Franklin 28. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
4:18 remaining in the football game. Your score, Corbin 34, Franklin County 28 here at Campbell Field. Winner trying to punch their ticket to Lexington. Right now, Corbin backed up in their own territory. Ball at the Corbin 27-yard line, 3rd and 7. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. We've had a dandy here at Campbell Field. Smith under center, wishbone set, one wide receiver split out each side. It's a pass. Slant pattern almost intercepted. Wells got a hand on it. Was waiting when that might happen.
Yes. And was just thinking, it's 3rd and about 6-7 yards. Be ready to play coverage. We know, the Hounds know it's 4-down territory, so big play right there. And a huge 4th down coming up.
Franklin County, no stranger to going for it on 4th down. They've converted several times tonight in the football game. Biggest football play of the season right here.
That's right. All on the line right here. 4th down.
4th down, about 6 yards necessary to keep the drive and their season alive. Smith under center, wishbone formation. Toss sweep. Now it's a pass. Pulls up and throws. Triple coverage. He hauls in and catches it for the touchdown. Wow.
My goodness, yeah. You knew something big may happen. You knew they were going to try maybe some kind of trick play. make the Hounds, maybe catch the Hounds asleep, but the Hounds were in great position, great coverage, but unfortunately, the little halfback pass to the right side and, it put the ball right where it needed to be. So the Flyers cash in right there and, can take the lead with this kick right here.
Big time reception down there in the back of the end zone. Amari Mays-Clark. Big game for him at wide receiver. Extra point attempt inbound. This one's to break the tie. Kick is up and away. 4:04 remaining. Franklin County on top of Corbin, 35-34. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Have you been in a car accident? Whiplash is a common injury and very painful, leading to years of health problems. Discover a chiropractor that uses digital x-rays and will not twist your neck. Call and make your appointment with me, Dr. Deidre Pennington, and experience the difference at Pennington Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. Phone 606-261-2053.
If you're having problems, trust our Grammy. We do!
4:04 remaining in the football game. Franklin County has taken the lead. They're on top 35-34 your score. Corbin is scheduled to get the ball back here. All 3 timeouts at their disposal.
That's right.
Down by a single point here at Campbell Field. Last game here on the grass at Campbell Field. The winner of tonight's contest going to play for the state title a week from now in Lexington. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Franklin set up what looks like an onside formation. It's another pooch kick high in the air. Going to be fielded by Stewart at the 20-yard line. Lots of running room across the right side up to the 30.
There he goes.
The 35 up to the 40 will be knocked out of bounds. Corbin going to have excellent starting field position. They'll take over on their own 41 with 3:57 remaining.
Yeah, and plenty of time for the Hounds offense. Good return again. Special teams unit. Carter Stewart, good return, sets the Hounds offense up for success. You've got the best kicker in the state, Jacob Baker. If you need the field goal, just the big thing, we talked about it, one of JB keys to the games, the turnover battle. You got to protect the football like a gold bar at Fort Knox right here.
Elam opens up in the gun. Bunch set to his right. Design quarterback run to the left. Cuts upfield. The 45 lowers the shoulder, still fighting ahead to the 48-yard line. Gain of 7, sets up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, good start right there by the Hounds, just running around again, trusting that left side. Big Franklin West, Eli Bolton clearing the way. You use the quarterback, Cade Elam, to get that extra blocker, to get that running back blocking for the quarterback, Cade Elam. Great job, by the Hounds to get this football drive started.
Twin wide outs each way. Combs going to get the carry up to midfield, keeping his legs churning. Second effort and assistance from Eli Bolton's going to get the first down. Score from across the state. Looks like Bowl County has advanced to the state finals on their side of the bracket. They knocked down the Yellow Jackets at Louisville Central 35-21 your final. So the winner got a date with Coach Haddix.
That's right.
And the Rebels up in Lexington. Hounds need a score here. They're trailing by 1 with 3 minutes remaining. Elam in the gun, trips to the right, one wide receiver to the left, resets Combs to the right at running back. Back to pass. Sets to throw. Loads up and fires over the middle. Got Stewart hauled in and caught inside the 20-yard line down to the Franklin County 18. Excellent pitch and catch there.
I tell you, just really, really good protection up front. Always starts for the protection. And then Cade Elam sets his feet, has enough confidence to throw it to the Hounds' leading receiver, Carter Stewart. And just, play it smart right here, milk that clock down there, and, go in and score and take the lead.
Hounds have entered the red zone now. That clock much different looking. 2:44 left in the football game. 1st and 10 at the Franklin County 18. Elam in the gun, twin wideouts each way. Loads up, fires into the flat. Got Wells ahead of the 10 at the 5. He's going to take it in the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow. Brody Wells, great job right there. Just a little throw out to the left side to Brody Wells, and then he puts on the gas and gets to the end zone. And the Hounds respond in a hurry right there as the cannon shot fires. Hounds got the lead late in this fourth quarter.
Corbin will go for 2 here. PAT does them no good. They can still be beaten at this point. Going to have to go for 2 to make it a tieable football game with a touchdown in PAT. See what the call is. Elam going to stay on the field at quarterback. Corbin has gone to the Wildcat here in pass. 2-point conversion inbound as the play clock's down to 10 seconds. I think Corbin's in no apparent hurry here. They may be seeing what kind of defensive look they get. Handoff, going to Combs. He loads up to throw. Back of the end zone. Holding and caught by Stewart. 2-point conversion is good.
Wow, what a catch. What a play. Great job. Great execution. Just a little toss and the little throw to Carter Stewart in the corner of the end zone. Carter Stewart almost go over there and get a bag of popcorn after the catch. Great job by Carter Stewart. Great execution by the Hounds offense to get the 2-point conversion.
2:29 left in the game. We're going to keep it right here, because now they're about to kick this football off. It was prophetic early in this broadcast.
Wow.
It was mentioned Cam Cones has not thrown the ball, switched to running back. Got to think Corbin was saving that one in the back pocket until it was necessary. Of course, Cam Combs, the leading rusher for this team, was the starting quarterback for this red unit for 3 years leading up to this season. Definitely kept that one tucked away. Leading receiver in the back of the end zone. Big play. 42-35 your score. Corbin ahead by a touchdown. I think Franklin County has 2 timeouts left at its disposal.
Yeah, just, again, the Hounds respond right there. And, that drive, the Hounds respond after the touchdown by Franklin County, but really sets up the Hounds defense right here because the Flyers love to run the football. So you want to bend but not break. No big plays by the Hounds defense.
Baker on to kick it away. Booms an end-over-end kick. Going to be fielded in the end zone. That's dead automatically for the touchback. Franklin County's going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. 80 yards, the distance they'll have to drive to tie the football game. 2:29 left in the game. I think Franklin has 2 timeouts remaining at its disposal.
One timeout.
One timeout.
Yeah, one timeout, I think, left. So, again, Ronnie, the Franklin County running game, you get that 3-yard gain, you get that 4-yard gain. The Hounds will take that all night long right here in this drive.
Smith opens up in the shotgun. Running back flanking him on either side. Sets the throw. Loads up and fires. Intercepted! Brody Wells going to take it to the house. Corbin extends its lead to 2 touchdowns.
Wow, huge play right there. Brody Wells kind of playing a little bit of a zone look out there in the flat, and then just picks the football and goes to the house and really sets the Hounds up now, heading towards Kroger Field.
Defensive touchdown from senior Brody Wells. Corbin will, of course, kick the extra point here. Flag on the field. They may have unsportsmanlike conduct going against Corbin. If you're Tommy, sideline warning, Coach Greer take that all day long.
That's right. Yeah, just a great job right there. We've seen the Flyers throw the ball out there. The real quick routes to the left, the real quick routes to the right. And right there, Brody Wells, being a senior on this football team, leading the way, playing really good, smart football in the flat area. A pick 6 right there. Interception, I think, number 4 on the season for Brody Wells.
Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down. It's handled. Kick is up and away. It's good. 2:23 left in the football game. Corbin on top, 49-35. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like, maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Last time.
2:23 remaining in the football game. Corbin extends its lead 49-35. Your score. Brody Wells took one to the house for the defense. Celebrations premature, albeit have started here at Campbell Field. Baker on to kick it away for the Hounds. He'll approach. Put the toe to it. It's a booming end-over-end kick. Going to sail out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. Franklin County going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. 2:23 left in the contest. Fans starting to surround the edges of the field. They can start to feel it here at Campbell Field right now.
It's revving up big time. You know, the end zones are packed with fans. And, you know, so recognizing the 82 state champs at halftime. Hounds looking for another one. So, you know, it's just, you know, lights out right here at Campbell Field.
1st and 10. Smith in the shotgun. He'll empty the backfield. Twin wideouts each way. One running back offset to his left. Back to throw. Loads up and fires. Throws a bomb over the middle of the field. Overthrows everybody. Incomplete. Trying to hook up with a speedster, Elysius Robinson, out in space. Nowhere near that football.
Yeah, Flyers just trying to take a shot now, but you know, we talked about the turnover battle. You know, one of the keys to the game, the turnover battle, and we saw the huge turnover right there by the Flyers that set the Hounds up. So Hounds just you know, looking to play good, smart defense, no big plays over the top.
Sets up 2nd and 10. Flyers empty the backfield. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Shotgun set. Brings a receiver in motion. Now he'll set the throw. Fires the screen. Hauled in and caught at the flat. Going to be tackled right around where he caught it at the 24-yard line. Great open field play. Now 3rd and 6.
Just a good job right there. Good play by number 15 at his corner spot. Carter Stewart coming up, making that tackle in space as the clock continues to run right here.
Inside 2 minutes here at Campbell Field. Time a big-time factor. This offense fought valiantly, moved the football extremely well on the ground. Gets to be tough sledding when you got to score in a hurry.
Yeah, you just got to move the football down in a hurry. And advantage Hounds right here, of course, defensively. All the Hounds are interested in is getting that clock down to 0.
Smith and company in the shotgun. Twins to the left, one wide receiver to the right. Back to throw. Loads up and fires. Catches the stop route. It's a hook and lateral. Going to be upended. Going to be very close. I don't even think he got the first down, depending on the spot.
Yeah, I think so. Officials looking at the mark. Actually, 4th down. The wide hat,
down,
of course.
short by a yard. Yep.
Marking it 4th down. So, you know, big play right here. Franklin County Flyers want to kind of stay alive.
4th down and a yard. 1:18 left in the football game. Trips formation to the left. One wide receiver to the right. Smith in the shotgun on 4th and 1. Sets the throw. Pump fakes. Steps up in the pocket. Fires over the middle of the field.
Oh, wow.
Incomplete. Corbin's going to turn him over on downs.
Well, that's going to do it right there. You know, I think the Franklin County Flyers only have one timeout left. So, again, Ronnie, you got to say it. The Hounds going to get to go into the best formation in football, the victory formation.
Victory formation. Corbin going to take over 1st and 10 at the Franklin County 29. It's about to be mathematical, folks. The matchup people have talked about all year, Corbin versus Boyle, going to come to fruition. Coach versus coach.
That's right.
Coach Haddix versus Coach Greer going to meet up in Lexington. Corbin breaks the huddle. And just as you described it, they're going to come out in the victory set. Elam under center. He's going to fall to a knee here, 1:12 remaining.
Wow, just a great job by the Hounds, especially in this second half. You know, we talked about halftime adjustments, and the Hounds come out, make big plays when they have to, get the stop when they have to, get the big turnover late in this football game by number 4 senior leader Brody Wells. So, you know, the Hounds have played, you know, a tough football game to be the last one right here on the grass at Campbell Field. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Corbin should just have to snap the football one more time. You're watching at home, you're watching the final snap on the grass at Campbell Field. Turf going down next year. That's the football game. Corbin's going back to Lexington.
Wow, punch your ticket to Kroger Field. Red Hounds, Ball County Rebels, Hounds ready to go. Finish the last class on the grass with a great football season and a great win to punch their ticket to Kroger Field. Great job by the Red Hounds tonight.
Corbin going to finish the night by a final score of 49-35. Corbin improves to 14-0 on the football season, going out, winning it with the defense at the end of the football game. It was a slugfest here at Campbell Field. Corbin showed a lot of grit to got this one out to the end.
Yeah, just a good job. We talked about the adjustments that would be made at halftime. We saw a lot of punches, a lot of counter punches early in the first half, but the Hounds end up turning up the volume in the second half and leading the way, doing a great job offensively, defensively. Whenever the Hounds faced adversity, they were able to answer the bell in all three phases of the football game: offense, defense, and special teams. Tip your hat to the Red Hounds tonight.
Victory in the books, number 14. Again, JB, thank you for all the color commentary tonight. Jenny, thank you for all the stats. Your final score, Corbin 49, Franklin County 35. Corbin improves to the state championship game. We're set for an 8 p.m. kickoff.
That's right.
Up at Kroger Field. Tune us in on your radio dial, T1073 and T1073.com for the stream. Again, I'm Ronnie Bolin. Your final score, Corbin 49, Franklin 35. This has been Red Hound Football on T107.